Hello there, ladies, gentlemen, and unicorns. Do we have sound? Yes, we have sound. And congratulations, Frank, on a flawless victory, as the Unreal Tournament announcer would say. And Lady Misleaf, a very good second with 13 out of 15 questions answered correctly. I think at some point, maybe you just slipped. Lady Misleaf says, right, the Silent Hill protagonist I never seem to remember. Yeah, that's, for some people it's a Silent Hill protagonist, for others it's Japanese composers. I totally get it. And Cursiboo is also here. Hello, Cursiboo. And hello, Commander Stitch, who also just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. God, I haven't heard this song since 2002, I think. Hello everyone, so nice of you to join. And as the first thing probably you might have noticed if you're a regular viewer of this stream is right behind me. Yes, this void at last has been filled with something. Yeah, IKEA delivered at long last. But first, let me have a drink. Frank says the other one is games named Mega something. I mean, if it helps, the Mega Man series was called Rockman in Japan, and that should clear up probably all of any confusions you might have. Yes, behind me, finally, it looks like a room right now. If I can quickly show you around as to what has changed, because yes, this thing here is also still there. So somehow I managed to squeeze everything in that I need for my comfort, and actually it's finally somewhat comfortable here. And as a bonus, out of all these weird angular objects, especially the one with the cushions, it's good for audio. So the reverberation here is slightly less than it was before, which is also good. So I'm super happy. And of course, yeah, with IKEA it was it took until Tuesday to have it delivered, and from the tracking I could see that the actual delivery base, or whatever it's called, started to deliver it like 5 times and never actually delivered it. But there was one telltale sign that was this red exclamation mark inside a triangle where it said, yeah, delivery upheld because reasons. So when the thing finally arrived, I knew why. Because it looked like someone had dumped a corpse. It wasn't this angular, rectangular 40 kilogram package that I thought I would get, but instead it was just wrapped in packaging paper and in this sticky paper from the postal service, not from IKEA, but from the postal service, because apparently the package was packed not too well. Frank, you know how this goes, and apparently during delivery it just cracked open, and it was sitting apparently in the delivery van for a couple of days until somebody said, okay, let's use 2 kilometers of sticky tape and tape it up. And in the end I got it delivered. Thankfully, like I said, it looked horrible, but on the inside, I mean, IKEA, there is not so much that you can damage. I mean, apart from, well, okay, actually there is a lot of that you can damage. But the good thing is it was packaged inside the package as well. So all good there, and I could assemble it, which took, as always, a little bit longer than usual, because it's building IKEA things to me feels a bit like plugging in USB-A jacks into the socket, because you had it right the first time, but you didn't know it and thought you were clever, or you held the manual upside down, and yeah, I mis-screwed twice, but now it's finally standing there. It's looking gorgeous, and I like it very much. So hope you do too, especially so now that it looks like a proper room in the background now. So what else have I missed? Frank says, right, I even got that wrong. I mean, games named Something Man. Okay, then it's Something Man. Frank also says, very nice, thank you. Lady Misleaf says, the original Mega Man, the cartoony one, had a sister called Roll, hence the Rockman. Oh, rock and roll. Oh, now I get, yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, there is a lot of music themed things going on with Rockman or Mega Man, because I think at some point there was the antagonist or the sidekick, I never know who's who, with bass and treble, and I thought this was kind of curious. So yeah, it doesn't work if it's called Mega Man and everything else is called something with music or audio. Frank says, I also unscrewed and screwed some screws today. Oh, what did you screw today? I hope you didn't get screwed while screwing, because I almost, with IKEA, sometimes you feel like, okay, you got like 2 shots at this screw hole, because otherwise it's just worn out and it won't hold properly anymore. So if I have to do this again like 3 times, then it's one too many. Okay, Frank took an N scale 1 to 160 model locomotive apart. Oh right, yeah, you're into model trains. Then took the motor apart, cleaned it all, and then put it back together twice, of course, because of doing things wrong. And Jerem is also here. Hello, lurking. Lurkers are very welcome here. Thank you, Jerem, for dropping by. And also Frank continues, those motor brushes and springs are tiny. I would assume it's for people. I mean, model trains, especially like you say, model train maintenance, where you take apart the freaking engine of a model train. It's probably something if you're a Swiss person, but you don't want to become a watchmaker, but instead you want to become a train conductor, and your parents say, only model trains, okay? This was my attempt at a Swiss German with an English accent, which of course did not work at all. But yeah, I think this is, yeah, the joke is you assemble trains like Swiss watches. Anyway, Frank says, but the end result is that the locomotive now runs properly. Congratulations. That is, I would say the success rate of your project is much higher than of mine. When I take something apart, especially hardware, doesn't even have to be tiny or anything. I had this Video 8 system that I purchased on eBay, and the image would just keep rolling around, and thankfully to the internet and YouTube I found what the problem was, and found on some maintenance themed channel where people just take things apart and repair them. Pretty much the entire thing shown in front of me of how to solder this thing on, and then it works. I got the right parts, and then for some reason I destroyed it. So if for those who are interested in what exactly happened, one solder pad came loose and I had no idea how to fix it again. And then when I thought, okay, then I just built everything, put everything together, I could not, despite having recorded the entire thing. But still, yeah. So this is me when I try to do things at proper scale. So really hats off to you, Frank, for doing maintenance on a model train locomotive. It could easily have gone wrong. See, that's what I mean. It could have gone wrong, but it didn't. But I already had a replacement motor in an online shopping cart. If it went badly, see, this is the clever part. When you know that maybe something you're about to destroy something, already make sure that you got the replacement parts. At least they still exist. It's not something that should I take this apart? Yeah. Well, what damage can I do? It turns out I can do a lot of damage, and usually it's those parts that are super hard to get. So the entire locomotive is just bigger than my. Oh God, it's really amazing that I'm just thinking of it. Probably I need to portion my caffeine intake for the day so that I'm not twitchy, pun intended. Not too twitchy when I try to fiddle with things and super tiny pliers and that sort of thing. Oh yes, which is a nice segue, tiny pliers, that is, to what you might can see here hidden behind the chat where the unicorns are already looking at it. And I will try now something that's wrong. No, it was correct. See, there we have it, the picture in picture. So this is the Cricut Machine. It's a cutting machine, which I blast stream. I think for the longest time I called it Cricut, until Frank said it's probably pronounced like cricket, and yeah, of course it makes sense that it's pronounced like Cricut. So that is my latest purchase, and with that you can make, like I said, sticker cutting machine. You can do anything that cuts out or requires some sort of guided, piloted head that moves around. So you can also do cuts. You can do engravings. I think there's a possibility. You can even put in a pen and have it draw. So overall, it's kind of neat what the possibilities are of this thing, and I already tried it out, and I thought later today we get started on a little sticker sheet. So this is why I have here the second camera, that I can show you the steps a little bit better, because See, I can even change now here the camera so that you can see it a little bit better of how this thing looks like. I should get paid for this, but I'm very happy with this thing. But first I thought I found another card game demo. Apparently it's my thing now. I've become a card game streamer. Last week I showed you Forbidden Solitaire. That was more horror themed, and the newest one that I have is a little bit deeper, well, a little bit much deeper in terms of the mechanics, and also for the presentation. It has this river Styx theme to it, so the limbo, the afterworld, where you gamble with souls for their coins and so on. So the demo is like 90 minutes long, maybe even shorter, and I played it for like I think 8 hours now. So I really can't wait for this to come out, because apparently it's another new guilty pleasure of mine. What else have I seen? Okay, Frank was on the edge of giving up on reading glasses and switching to a stereo microscope, but you persevered. Do you have a stereo microscope at home? That is, for the longest time I thought a stereo microscope is something you listen to music with. So yeah, I've learned something, and it wasn't that long. It was embarrassingly short ago that I learned that a stereo microscope is not a microphone. That's the thing. Lady Misleaf says, see, I always pronounced it Cricut. See, me as well, but I went to the website, and of course they have a plethora of YouTube videos and tutorials. So really this thing, it feels like I when I bought this, I thought, yeah, it's just a cutting machine. What more is there to it? Apparently, it's like getting sucked into the Tupperware cult. So this is a whole community. It has a whole ecosystem. It has software that is proprietary and very much locked down, and you can't get any designs out once you upload them there. Everything is not on your computer. It feels somewhat a little bit unfriendly or unwelcoming. So yeah, I already had started with my own ways of retaining my designs, but yeah, it's and from their videos I've learned that it's called Cricut, or at least this is how they pronounce it on the German channel. So I'm back here in the big screen. And Frank says, hi, other unicorns that I momentarily forgot the name of. Well, there we have Dark Ashley, or Black Ashley, Blackshly, because she's all starry themed. Isn't this beautiful? And even has here this little lightning bolt, probably because she's faster than light, because not a lot of light is being reflected off of her. So I'm overthinking this. And then of course we have Sprinkles, because she looks like a donut. And you might see here behind me very faintly, there is a little fox that is sitting there. It was a special offer in the pen store, or stationery store, I think that's what it's called. I don't know why they were selling stuffed animals, but I thought, you know what, that's a cute fox, so probably should go there. And by the way, this black blob there, that's the Knight Rider, the car. It's Kit. So Lady Misleaf says, so really only the company knows at this point, apparently. So they, of course, are the arbiter of pronunciation, how their products should be pronounced. So this, of course, also means that if you want to stick it to them, you intentionally mispronounce. This is why I still say GIF and not GIF. My reason for this is because I also don't say graphics interchange format. There you go. Lady Misleaf says, I remember Sparkles, but always think the black one is Bashley. Bashley, that's good. Once when I was cleaning up, she dropped into the bin, and I thought, what are you doing in the trash? Oh my god, it's Trashly. I just giggled to myself when I realized this. So professional, says Cursipoo. Yes, thank you. Frank says, I do have a 1950s stereo microscope here. Yes. Oh, even retro with the microscopes. That's really something. Dark Ashley and Sprinkles. Thank you for saying hi to the latest members of the herd. They aren't that late. I mean, Sparkles, Sprinkles. I call always Sprinkles Sparkles, and then she's angry with me for a week, which I totally understand. Oh yeah, one thing that I wanted to show you what comes out of this Cricut, I will correct myself a couple of times now, is this year. So I already printed my Windows 95 and Windows 3.1 sticker sheet with it. So this was attempt number 2. This is vinyl. That's matte vinyl. It feels like it comes off when I mean from the paper. It's very smooth and silky, so it doesn't feel like sticker paper. Whereas this one here, that is my first attempt. You can see it's slightly too large for what it is. So this was my Windows 95 sticker set, and if I angle it maybe against the light, you can see the cuts there. And this is waterproof vinyl, and of course this means you have to do some manual labor to get the laminate on top of it, and I'm very bad at this, but yeah, we will see how it goes today. But again, this was my first attempts at making stickers. Let me sleep says, you can blame me on that. That's what I just said. I will just blame it on everyone else but me. This is, after all, the internet, and I'm one of those dude bros who always find the flaws with other people and not themselves. That solitaire card brings back memories, doesn't it? This, I thought, exactly is the reason why I thought it would be nice there on a sticker sheet. And from the other sticker, I mean, you can see there aren't any or many stickers left, because as for solitaire, those are my blanco cards, my blank cards, in case I want to ever make a card game, which again brings us to what actually I'm going to play today. And this is the other Windows 3.1 sticker of solitaire that I applied there, and this is one of the glossy Windows 95 stickers. So overall, yeah, the cutting machine, I will hold this up closely so that you can, if I get it angled just right, yeah, you cannot see the cuts, but they're very, very sharp and fine and great. I wasn't expecting that to work that it works that well, but we will get into that. Right, so let us get started on the Black Jacket demo. Like I said, it's something that I discovered. I mean, I've seen it for a while now pop up. This is how it looks like, and let me direct you to the store page just in case you want to see how it's going to be played. So let's make this a bit bigger. So essentially it's Blackjack, but a roguelike version of Blackjack with additional mechanics and additional cards. As you can see here, for example, suddenly now these two cards, this card increased the value of that card because they were played next to each other. And there are all these kinds of weird things that work together or not together at all. And the other thing that is very cool is that it is from Mipumi Games, and Mipumi Games is an Austrian developer. They've been around since I think 2008, 2010, around this time. And yeah, it's kind of nice to see something pop up from, hey, this is from a place that I've been to. So let me know if you can hear things, or if it's too loud or too quiet. So I've reset the game so that we are back at the tutorial, because again the game will explain itself. Also, I love the presentation. This really is something else. This for some reason I always feel like the Mipumi games have this very original or underused art style in general, and in tandem with great voice acting. So far, yeah, I've been pretty much enchanted by this thing. So had I changed to the category? Yes, apparently I changed the category. So let's dig into Black Jacket.
Without a gasp, a flicker of memory, or even a name, you wake in the underworld. Souls shamble restlessly under a crimson sky.
Oh, quiet.
Distance, the ferryman.
Sorry.
Awaits you. For a price, he might take you back to the life you were robbed. But you'll need coin. Lots of it.
The music is so nice. Sorry that it was a bit quiet.
You are finally here again. How I have missed you. My name is Reed. You might struggle to remember me, that's all right. Let's get back to something familiar. Here, take some coins. I won't ask you to pay me back. It's a gift. Now, we must both pay the blind. And cards, of course. Draw one and place it on the table.
So the tutorial, like I said, is very well designed and sucks you in
Now, it's my turn.
pretty well.
The goal is to get close to 21, but not over. If your cards add up to 22 or more, you bust. Since you only have an 8, you are safe to draw. My turn again. 17 is a risky spot to be in. If you draw a 5 or higher, you bust. I suggest you pass.
All right.
Let's see. Once we've both passed, we compare our cards and see who wins. Oh no. It seems I've gone over 21. Because I busted and you didn't, you won. The winner gets their bet back, and the loser's coins go to the pot. The winner's pot holds all the coins we lose. If I lose my last coin, you get everything in the winner's pot. Your opponent will always take the first turn. It's just a little rule I made to help you out.
Yes, indeed, it looks like blackjack. And I thought, yeah, how hard can this be? And yeah, let's just continue. Because with some cards,
isn't it?
You've seen, for example, the 10 that Reed placed. It said exhaust down here. And I thought, what does this mean? And yeah, I think we will get to this.
Oh, an ace.
Oh.
Try putting it into your sleeve instead of playing it.
So this already is a little bit different from good old blackjack. You can sleeve cards, and even if you win or lose a round, usually the cards in your sleeve will stay there.
Sleeve, some of your coins are moved to the bet. Since you didn't play a card, it is still your turn. Another. You might have noticed already that some slots on the table have costs.
These things.
See what happens when I play into it. Playing a card into the slot forced me to raise the bet. Most souls you encounter will try to avoid this for as long as they can. Don't worry. Take a chance.
This is a tutorial. We should be fine.
Pass. You are at 19. You should also pass. You win again. Well done.
I'm a natural at this.
An ace. A 10. Seems we're both in luck today. Now is a good time to talk about slot effects. You start each encounter with 2 of them in your rightmost slots.
It's what's written there.
Play a card there, the effect is activated. Play your ace into any slot with an exploit effect. It will force me to pay my last coin into the bet.
So at this point I already got started a little bit to be confused with the first time that I played it, because some cards, as you can see, have here this exhaust printed on, and there is an exploit. What is the difference? Because to me, exhaust, exploit looks pretty much the same. So exploit means, yeah, the enemy has also...
Notice that your ace has 2 values, an 11 and a 1. Cards with multiple values, like aces, will automatically use the value that brings you closest to 21. You have a blackjack, which is the best hand in the game. You should pass. Pass. Remember, a blackjack beats everything, even 21. To get a blackjack, you need an ace and any card with the value 10. If neither one of us have a blackjack and our total values are the same, the highest card is the tiebreaker. And just like that, I am out of coins. You win. You get all the coins that have built up in the winner's pot.
So that's 8 of 10.
If you bring them to a shop, you may spend them to improve your deck.
So, and players who know faster than light And similar games already know how this map works, so that you have a number of encounters that are connected via nodes, and you can select essentially which way you want to go or how you want to progress. So we're here with Reed, and we want to reach the boss. In this case, it's Morgan. And bosses have also different effects. So the next thing that the tutorial brings us towards is the shop, no matter where we go.
Oh, hello. Such a pleasant surprise. When you start a journey, you will choose 3 suits that will be in that journey's shops. For this journey, I have already chosen a few.
Slay the Spire, exactly, yeah.
The clubs are my favorite. Coins in the winner's pot will be spent first, but you may dip into your personal stash as well. Have a look around. Try awakening a card or buy something new. It is all up to you. You may leave whenever you want.
So one thing before I continue, I forgot to load my Zoom It, which now I can zoom into in case I want to show you something. So again, this threw me a little bit off. So this means this card is 4, unless I'm already over 21, then this card counts as 0. So sometimes it's tactical when you go over 21, when you have a card plate that's either one of these values, so that actually it decreases its value. And the other thing here, you can see drain the opposing card, discard the opposing card, put a languish card on top of their deck, and so on and so forth. And the other things are we can burn a card or awaken a card. So this is all about deck management. So we start usually with one full deck of regular cards. Regular cards look like this without any special effects, or here the 9 without special effects. Some cards, like we see here, have special effects, and when you awaken them, they get even more special effects. So for example, this is the current deck that I started out with, so it goes from 2 to 11, and I think at some point I already have cards with a face on it, so Jack, King or Queen. So, and when I hover over cards, you can see here that on the right of the slot there is a new card, and let's put, for example, here the 9 on top of this. So again, this is something that I struggled a little when I started out with. So when I awaken this card, essentially it means I upgrade it. It becomes this card here, and this is a Whisper card, and Whisper means nothing else but I can place a card on top of it and then it adds the value. It's a bit like a ghost card. And Whisper also means that when I place a card on top of it, so this counts regularly as 9, but I can place another card of it onto it. And when I do this, then this Whisper effect triggers. So in this case, it's whatever I place onto this 9, it becomes a value of 1. So essentially, when I have those two together, the 9 with any other card becomes a 10. So let's do this then. So we still have here 6 in the pot, and this is essentially our stash, is our health that we have. So let's get here, drain the opposing card, and then continue.
Before you leave, one last piece of advice. Your deck comes with face cards.
There we get them.
Try playing them next to each other and see what happens.
This is what we've seen in the trailer.
I will always be here for you. Good luck.
Isn't this good voice acting? It really draws you in. So here we get a variety, which means we get one card that we can choose. Which one do we want? An inside of 2. Inside means that we can look at the next cards on top of our stack, of our draw stack, which of course is cool because then we can plan accordingly, and it even allows us this insight to arrange those cards. So we can say, okay, for example, a 2 and a 6. Yeah, I don't need the 2, so I will put it right in the back and just say, okay, the next card will be, I know for a fact that the next card is going to be the 6, which is kind of helpful. Then a betrayal card on the top of their deck. That's a betrayal card is a card with, for example, a negative value, or a card that decreases the cards next to it. So let's say drain and discard each adjacent card. Yeah, let's do this. So and this is now finally we will play against another soul.
Can you hear them too?
So, and the soul here, you can see they have 2 out of 4 coins. I have 6 out of 8, and when something is won, it goes here. The loser's coins go into the winner's pot. So I think let's get started. So they have 8, we got a 5, we're at 13. Okay, 13 both. Another 3, we're at 16. Okay, they are at 19. I mean, when I pass, I will lose what I have here in the current bet. Or let's gamble. I mean, if you remember, we still have the sleeve. So if there comes a card that I don't need, at least I can put it in the sleeve and for 2 coins, which of course will come from my stash, but still, let's see. Okay, a7. Yeah, that's too much, because also the other slot effects would be increased by 2 or increased by 1, which also doesn't help us. You know what? I will say I will pass for now. Which means we lose.
Makes them happy.
So this effect, as you can see, swap with the opposing slot. They played it here because I didn't have any card right next to it. But of course this means we're at 18 now. Probably should pass. Okay, lucky us.
I need better cards!
And our enemy, our other soul, is out of coins, which means we won this round and keep here in the winner's pot whatever they have. And as you've seen there in the shop, we can buy new cards or burn cards in case our deck gets too big for us to handle. And Solitude here means we can choose 1 awakened card. So let's go with, let's go with this one here. It's a 4. Or a 0, whichever is more preferable to us. And inside 2, again, we can look at 2 cards in our stack. And there is double up, which means we can get 2 cards with 1 of them awakened, but it's always the same value. So we get here an inside 3. And exhaust, I haven't explained exhaust. Exhaust means usually when you play around, the cards go into the discard pile, and when you're out of cards to draw, then all the cards on the discard pile get mixed up again for this round and then just drawn randomly. But not the exhaust cards. The exhaust cards are, once you played them and they are discarded, they are out of the game for this encounter. So this means I can only use them once, but that's fine. And we're here at Morgan, our first boss. And bosses have, as you can see down here in the lower right corner, they have certain traits or things that are different, set them apart from the regular souls. They got other cards, and you will see what this is about.
Ain't you a sight for sore eyes? Pull up a chair.
Pull up a chair and sit by the hearth.
We're gonna have ourselves a friendly game. Like I always say, let the good times roll.
So, her effect is Cheater's Folly. So, exhaust each sleeved card at the end of the round. As you've seen last round, the card that I put in my sleeve, it would stay there even after I've lost or won that round. Here it is, whenever a round is finished, the sleeved card goes. And don't forget, I have to pay 2 coins to sleeve a card. So usually I should only do this as a last resort because it will not survive this round. So this means she got a value of 3, and whenever she places a card on there, she can look at 2 of her next cards and can decide whether to keep them, to rearrange them, or to put one of these 2 cards in the back. Same thing here with, this is exploit 1, which means exploit in this case means if she places a card on top of this card. Exploit means from my stash I get forcibly put another coin into the bet. And of course, if I'm out of coins in my stash and I lose the round, then it's game over. So she's at 19, I'm at 14. I probably should pull up. And yeah,
Yes.
17. Yeah, probably should. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I can put it in my sleeve, but then I will lose this round anyway and will lose it. Or I just pay 1 coin and put it here into exploit. So exploit means again we're drawing another coin from their stash. But since I'm at 24, she's at 19, I cannot win this anyway. So I'm going to lose this. Still got 5 coins left. Tudvari is here. Hi guys, can't watch today again, but see you tomorrow on the VOD. Have a nice evening. Thank you, Tudvari, for considering watching the VOD and dropping in to say hi. Really, really appreciate it. So have a wonderful evening, and yeah, see you tomorrow on the VOD. Hello, future Tudvari. Welcome. Hope you enjoy watching this VOD. Okay, she got an ace. So again, this counts as 11 or 1, whichever brings her closer to 21. So what happened now? There it says put an impulse card on the bottom of their deck. And this means we got now a card on the bottom of our deck that we probably do not want. But there's nothing that I can do because she played this card and she's at 16 now. So, oh yes. And here it says drain the opposing card. So now I can drain whatever is there. So let's do this. And from my 4, it turns into a 15 or a 0, whichever brings me closer to 21. So she's now at 24, which means we can pass. We do not have to play anything because she's already over. Sometimes it's super helpful to drain cards because even though this is 15 and doesn't count in this round anyway, sometimes when you draw, the tutorial said the higher card wins. So if both of us have, let's say 20 or 21 or even 19, doesn't matter, but the highest card then wins, and her highest card is 10 and our highest card would be 15. So we would win this, but in this case, since she's over, it's over for her.
Gotta take big risks sometimes. What can I say?
So now we got this inside of 2, and here we can see our deck, and now we can see, okay, our next card is going to be a 10 or a 4. Maybe I want the 4 now. Or I can even put the 10 at the bottom of our stack so that I know the last card will be a 10. But you know what? Let's say, okay, the next card will be a 4 and then a 10, which will bring us to 18. Hopefully this should be it. Oh, or she's already at 18.
Woo-hoo, here it comes.
And she passed. So should we play here this 10? I think this is going to be a draw because we are sitting at the same value and our highest card is also the 10.
All that for nothing?
And my exhaust card is gone now. This is why it went up in ashes.
Woo! Here comes the ace!
And see, now she could also look into her cards and arrange them at will. So inside 3. So next we will see, okay, our next draw card would be the Jack, but of course then we are, let's see, we are at the 13 right now, so this means 23. So instead I will say 13 plus 6 is 19, and we can say drain and discard each adjacent card. Which means exactly what it says. When I activate this now, it gets drained, and again this is just to increase our card value. So you know what, I will pass and hope that she doesn't go over 19. Ah, darn it, we've lost. At least this round.
Just the luck of the draw.
So we're at 3 coins, or in this case 1 coins, so we really need to finish this somehow, or and win some rounds. Okay, it's 15 to 17. Let's see. Ah, darn it. We do not need the king. And yeah. And again, I cannot place this anywhere. So whatever I do, I'm over 25. I'm here out of coins, and when I pass, I will lose and thus lose the game because
the cards always did love me. You go on and lick your wounds now. We'll see each other again real soon. I'm that lucky penny that keeps turning up.
And it's a roguelike card game, so this means we get start over. But this time at least without a tutorial. And this is something that, of course, in the tutorial was chosen for us, but now we get to choose which starting deck we have and what other decks are offered in the shops. As it says here, there are different kinds of complexities with the cards. So, for example, the clubs suit says clubs can drain the value of other cards. The spades can shuffle destructive cards into the opponent's pile or deck. The diamonds, this is what we started with. That's the simplest cards suit to play with. And the hearts, let's play the hearts because they have negative values when awakened. So essentially when you go over 21 and you get an awakened heart card, you can get down from 21. But of course this can be sometimes a little bit risky. So I will mix this now with spades and the clubs. And this is when we start out here with the face cards. So we get here King, Queen, and Jack for the Royals. I want to show you what happens when we place certain cards next to each other from this stack. Frank says, time for me to start lurking. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you, Frank, for dropping by, and hope you enjoy lurking, and hopefully you enjoy card games.
Tendency to catch people unawares, but don't let it get to you.
So I would say the game is a little bit Balatro, a little bit Slay the Spire, and also a little bit Hades, because people remember when you re-encounter them on a next run. At least it seems so. Lady Misleaf says, I gotta get going and wake the hubby up. Thanks for showing me the game. I pick it up myself. I plan to pick it up. Either way, it looks fun. Yeah, it does. So if that sort of tinkering is something for you, like I said, for me, it really got me. It got its grips into me. So yeah, thank you, Lady Misleaf. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. And yeah, thank you for dropping by. So the first round is always against Reed. So it's a very safe round because Reed only got very low cards. And when we're here over 15 or over 16, we're pretty much guaranteed to win. And again, the presentation is so good. So here we got...
Ace. How intriguing.
This is already a broken card, which means it only has negative values. So, and this says break the opposing card. So now Reed's 4 will be broken and turned into a negative value. And again, this somehow, you can see the potential there of how the simple blackjack card game can be broken up. So I said here I have an inside of 1. I do not need the jack right now, so it's fine. Kersey says, I'm still here and encouraging proper water intake. Thank you, Kersey. I appreciate your encouragement. So, what haven't we done? We haven't burned a card. So which card to burn? Usually I go classic blackjack players. What are the cards you hardly enjoy? It's the 6s and maybe the 5s. So cards that don't really bring you closer to the threshold of 17 where you usually should stop pulling or drawing more cards. And Awaken card is what we have seen before, so I can... And you can see here what happens when I hover here over the heart suit. All the cards now get awakened negative values, as it was said, and also a special ability. For example, if I go here for the 9, I turned the 9 into a -9, but it says here mend each other card. So when I place another card on top of this 9 that is also broken, for example, a broken 2, a -2, so I have a -9 and a -2, but both cards will get mended and suddenly turn positive again. So again, this is why it said it's a more complex card suit to play, because you have suddenly much more to think. So let's...
I know what you've done.
Yes, I know that you know, and I'm sorry. So they are at 18. Let's see where we are at. Also at 18. And this is going to be a draw. But they lose their card because this card had exhaust. on it.
Thief. Cheater. It's all your fault.
So this is now the -9, which means, okay, they are at 14, we're at -9, so we have to do something about that, if we can.
Enough.
So, and because the card is blue, it means it's a whisper card, and whisper means that I can play another card on top of it. So in this case, I don't, well, you know what, the next card I can see here from my stack, when I draw it, underneath you can see the heart is broken, so I know that this is a broken card like this one. So I will just use here my 8 and pull it into my sleeve, and whatever card I have here on top, both cards get mended, and I will break the opponent's 8. So I'm breaking the 8 now. And interesting, my broken card did not get mended. Ignore the broken keyword on the target card for the rest of this round. Apparently, I'm not sure if it worked or not, but I'm still at 4. So our enemy is at 11. They said already pass, but I think as soon as you have a card effect that changes one of their values, because there are many cards that can change the opponent's values, as you've just seen, then they are allowed to draw again, which of course makes sense. I think it's just fair. So this is the bottom of my deck, so I will just see what I can do here with a 10. So should I, when I say here gain hollow, then I can place another card there on the 10, because it's probably something that I should need. So okay, we are here, the one in our sleeve is an 8, which is not good because we need something that is lower than 8, maybe a 7. Look at this. Look at this. And so we won this round.
I was going to draw, but you distracted me.
And we got here still the 8 in our sleeve, so why not play it?
Fool me again.
And they're out of coins, which means everything that's here in the winner's pot stays with us.
You thief! Cheater!
And any coins that go beyond the maximum get destroyed. So sometimes we want, maybe we can invest in a bigger pot. So now I can even choose to just gain 6 coins, which we don't need because we have maxed out all the stashes that we have. So let's do the opposite and go into the shop. And there, as you've seen it from before, we can choose to get a random booster pack. We can invest in certain cards, or we can even invest in certain trinkets. I would say to invest now here in our big pot, so it increases the maximum capacity of the winner's pot by 5, which means now it's 5 out of 15. And so we still got 5 cards, so what should we do? Let's invest in a spades booster pack. So which card should we get? Shuffle a language card into their deck, or put a betrayal card on top of their deck, or put an impulse card on the bottom of their deck. You know what? I will go with this one because those are my favorite cards that can have either value, because like I said, sometimes you just go over and it's good to have a second chance when some cards flip their value because of this. So let's continue and try the boss a second time. Oh, this time it's a different boss. It's Evil. But first we get to choose another awakened card. So this one is fun. Play into any slot. This means we can also play it into the opponent's slot, which can be quite helpful sometimes when they're exactly at 21, and then we can play this card on top and set them back to 17.
Think you can stop me?
So Evil means that
Straight back to that boat. Always dig myself out, no matter the cost. Put your coins in.
That my blind is now set to 3 and not 2. So whenever we need to put in the blind, we have to put 1 additional coin in, which again means we should try not to lose too many rounds, because after 2 rounds, it's over for us. Especially if we spend some coins for the sleeve or to use one of these slot effects. So the first card that I will play is already this one, Swap with the opposing slot, which we haven't started and we already sit at -2. That's nice. But we can now shuffle a language card into their deck. So this means raise 1, exploit 2. So this card means Ival had to put in from his stash 1 coin, but demanded that we bring in 2 of our stash. You see, from 8, we started with 8, now we're at 3 coins already. So if we lose this round, those coins are gone. And if we're at 0, then it's game over. So we really have to be on our toes here. Okay, 16. Okay. 18. Oh, damn it. See, this is what happens. Swap with the opposing slot. We're at 14 now. Okay, if we have 10, we're at 16. Why are we at 16? Because now this card changed the value from 0 to 8. Or in this case, right back, because he played this card, decreased the opposing and its adjacent cards by 2. And you see now the interplay there. But the good thing is now we're at 20, because this flipped again. So we're going to pass and we win this round.
This doesn't change anything.
So we're at -9 and he's at 19.
Pass.
So break the opposing card, that's what we're going to do. We're going to break his 9.
Know what to do with that.
Not really. But we forced him to spend some more cards. Okay, now the -4 I can play into any slot. You know what? Let's play it into his slot. So I'm going to say inside 1. So the next card is going to be a 5. Let's see, we're at 9. You know what? I just put it at the bottom of our stack. There are still 3 more cards in our stack and hope that maybe there's a face card now, which puts us into 19. So the cool thing is now we're at 9. Our opponent is at 10, but he hasn't any slots to play anymore. So whatever we draw, as soon as if it's over 9, then we win this round. And look at this, it's 19. And we win this round.
You're only making things worse for yourself.
So Ival is now out of coins in the stash, so he put in this golden special coin. This is what you want with a boss. To defeat a boss, you need to win their big golden coin that they want back at the end. I'm going to slot the 3 now into my sleeve. Maybe I just need it at some point. So I've ran out of cards and now my discard pile has been shuffled again and it's back.
Let's see if you can handle this.
Yes, we're at 19, he's at 17. Yes, we're going to win this for our change.
No one's beaten me before.
Oh, I did.
Could it?
Plenty of times.
No. Impossible. You ran away. No. It doesn't matter. Let's settle this.
The voice acting is so good. So we've won the soul coin.
That golden coin. Give it here. Take something for it. Then get out of my sight.
So essentially, mechanically, when you win a boss encounter, you can trade this gold coin, the soul coin, for one of these trinkets. They are random. Essentially, sometimes in the shop, you can also buy trinkets, but they're much more costly than just 1 coin. Usually they cost 10, 15 coins, so which means they're very expensive. And now I can essentially just choose one here for my soul coin. So which to choose? An infused glyph gains an additional table slot effect. So as you've seen, usually I had to pay 1 coin to activate the table slot. If I choose this one, I do not have to pay for it. And I got a 3rd slot effect. So still got 8 in my winner's pot. So what else should I invest into? The aces, or choose 1 ace from your 3 selected suits for this journey. They are not awakened. Always good to have aces. Let's go here with a spades ace. Cursor says, very strategic game for sure, more like Slay the Spire than in real life blackjack. Yeah, I would love to play something like this in real life blackjack, because enforcing the rules would really be, you probably would need a referee to take care of this. But you can see where the appeal for me is there, because it opens up all these possibilities. And you know me, I have hundreds of hours with Into the Breach because of this strategic gameplay. I just love it for some reason. I didn't know that I loved it, but apparently, the Steam tally of what I spent my hours with really does not lie. So you can see here, I still got these trinkets, but now they cost 16, 12, and 12. So yeah, we cannot pay for this. But I mean, with 4, let's invest into a booster pack. Let's go with this, another Spades booster pack. And let's say, put a language card on top of their deck. So it's, I don't know exactly what the difference between a language card and the other cards, betrayal and so on is. But in either way, it means it's bad for them, good for us. So now we are here in the Transient. So this is the second map, so to speak. So we're one level ahead now since we've beaten the boss the first time. And same game again. At the end is another boss. This time there are only 2 bosses in the demo, so Ivel and Morgan. And so now we get to play Morgan, as provided we even get there. So now we can choose to awaken a card, and let's awaken a card. Let's see. When I awaken here the ace, we get an insight 1 on their deck, which is kind of cool, because then we can see the next card that they're going to draw. And if we don't like it, we can just put it at the back of their stack. Thank you, Automated Unicorn. So which soul should we battle? The one with 10 cards? You can also see there on the corner which suits they use. In this case, it's shield and tooth, looks like it, or just hearts. So I would want to show you the shield, whatever this is, and teeth.
Please, let's not.
So the top of my deck, you know what? I have a 5. Maybe I don't want a 10. So I just put it at the bottom of my deck. So exploit 1, decrease this card by 5. So again, you need to be very on your toes to see what happens. So exploit means they just pulled in one of my coins into the current pot and decreased this card by 5. So now I have to see, again, 10. But the next card you can see here is now this broken, which means it's going to be a minus. Look at this, we're getting pummeled here. We just have to pay up and pay up. So let's see, mend each other card. Okay, no other cards are broken, which is not that helpful. Damn it, they're at 21. So probably there is not much that we can do. So if we lose this, we still sit with 3 out of 8 coins and hope, or we're just lucky, but we aren't lucky. So I just also say pass and lose that one round.
And the coins dance again.
Let's hope we get lucky. Okay, we get an insight on their deck. So their next card is 5 without any special effects. You know what? That's fine. That's fine with me. They're going to pull a 5. We're at 11 and 19. That should be good. Unless decrease all their cards by 2. No, we're at 15. Oh no. Oh, darn it. Now we're at 16, 18, 19. Okay, we know now that our next card is going to be a 2, which is good, unless they do something special. So I put it here, and now I can say, you can see here, it underneath it says demand a face card. So this means that when I put my card here, I can look into the next 3 cards on my stack, and if there is one face card among them, I can put it into my sleeve without paying the 2, which I do not have. So this is something that maybe we want to do. So now I know that the next card is going to be a -4 that I cannot change. The card thereafter is going to be a 4, but there is one face card which I could put into my sleeve. So that's bad, because we're going to lose this. And see here, we are out of coins. This means after this, the run is over. So the only thing that I can do is hope that, yeah, we're at -4. So the next card is going to be a 4. Let's hope for the best and hope that the next card is a 7. It's a 3. It's a 3 and that's it. That's it. We lose.
One day you too will see how pointless this is.
Wow, what a way to advertise your game. Yeah, and that was the Black Jacket. I will play one more journey and try to speed things up a little bit more. But yeah, it's a 3! Indeed. So let's play now with here the clubs suit, which drains more of the other values. And then we can get, let's go with the hearts in the shop and the diamonds. And I really wanted to show you what happens here when we play a bit more with the royals. What happens? What weird effects happen there. Okay, so we got the queen and 19.
Excellent.
Reed is always so encouraging when you play against him.
Good luck, my friend.
And from the backs of the cards, you can already tell what suit it's going to be, or if it's a broken card. So it's you have a much more insight into what to strategically plan how you're going to play the game. So let's buy something. Let's say discard the opposing card. Always enjoy this. And yeah, let's get the 8 because it didn't cost anything. So let's fill up with 7 coins. This is nice. And let's play against this soul.
Let's make this quick.
Yeah, let's. Okay, discard the opposing card. I can activate it, or because this is such a low card, you know what? I will skip this because I hope that they... see, they overshot with 22, so when I can pass now, I can safely pass and win this round.
Too daring? No, this was just a fluke.
Ooh, okay. We had now to have 2 more of our cards, of our coins into the pot, but now with 19, I'm pretty confident. Unless, of course, I mean, their value is 11. You know what? I will pass and hope that they don't get over. Oh, damn it! Darn it.
Cough 'em up, Buttercup.
So when I hover over here, over my stash, you can see here, I know that the next 2 cards are not going to be the spades, but they are going to be 2 of our face cards that we started out with, because the face cards will always be diamond. So I will put this one here, whatever it is, into the sleeve, because I know I get 2 face cards now, which will be 20. So we have here the jack. So the next card, and now look closely what happens there. When I hover over the card, look what happens there with the jack. The card changes. And why does it change? Because the jack draws a knife and slices the queen. And suddenly we have a little story that plays out here, because now these 2 cards are bloody. And this card suddenly changed in value, so I can place a card onto the queen as well, because now she's half dead. So this card is either a 10 or a 0. And of course it doesn't stop there, because what happens in a different game, because this is now how the card will stay, at least for this run. What happens the next time I do this? What happens when I play the king the next time? Let's hope that we can figure this out, or find this out. But now we're both at 20. And so this is going to be a draw, because our highest card on both sides is a 10.
A draw? Yawn.
So good, we have sleeved here the 9. Let's go for 20 and at least win that round.
Just a momentary setback is all.
So now we have here the king, because that's the last face card that we haven't seen in this round. The 4. You know what? I'm going to sleeve the 4 and hope that I do not lose now this round, because both of us have all our coins in the pot. So, oh, look at this. Blackjack. We've won.
Wait, what? You beat me?
Oh yes, Buttercup, I did. So let's go for another card, an awakened card. And the played card gains 2 or exploit 1. You know what, this exploit, again, I like it when I can shorten encounters, so to speak. So what else do we want? Mend each other card or exploit and exhaust. That's what I want. Well, at least the exploit. So it's Morgan again, and again we know that Morgan has many cards that allow her to look into her deck and change things.
Finish licking your wounds? Nah, you got that get up and go about you.
And of course, all the sleeved cards will not survive the round. And she's starting with an ace. Oh dear. So we have a 3 and a face card.
Wait!
And a blackjack.
Good.
So now that I know that my next 2 cards are going to be 2 face cards, and one of them is already bloody, so this is either the jack or the queen, I can just pass, because I'm not going to beat a blackjack anyway. And I want to save my coins now.
The good times roll.
So let's see. Oh, that's an 8. Oh, damn it. Didn't expect this. You know what? I will spend 1 and make it a 9. So it says you're increased by 1. Oh, darn it. She's at 21. I mean, I can try.
Best part.
But yeah. Okay, we're at 3 coins. 3 coins. Should have watched more closely what suit I get. Look at this. Okay, we're both at 21, but I got the highest card. I love these little animations and flourishes. So here's the king. And blackjack.
Jack.
Yes. Ha!
You know what? I don't regret nothing.
So she's now at her soul coin. Let's finish this. 18, I will increase this to 19. And now I'm out of coins, so I better win this. I better win this. 15. 17. Yeah, she passes at 17, so
Ooh, nice one.
good.
Kept me on my toes. Not so many folks around here can do that. Kinda reminds me of this person I used to... well, we'll have plenty of time for that later.
So what should we get? And you know what? Usually I go with this lucky find.
Golden coin you won? Yeah, I kinda need it back. They are bound to the person they were made from. If you try to walk away with it, it's just gonna disappear. I think. But I did lose it. So if you like, I can trade you something valuable for it. See if there's anything you like.
Yeah, I will go here with gain 1 coin at the start of each encounter, because sometimes you can see it's kind of costly. So we still got 5 coins in our pot left, and I will go with let's go here with the ace pack. Always helps to have aces. And we still got 3. And let's go with the -4 that we can play into any slot. So we already took one of my stash there as well. Let's hope that I don't need it. So should we burn a card? Yes, let's burn a card. And I will burn here now the red 8, because that was, again, I want here the jack, which has turned into a murderer, the queen, and the king to be easily identifiable. And this other red card I do not like. So let's play against this soul here.
I knew you would come.
Shuffle a betrayal card into their deck. I can't wait to find out which it is. Okay, so the next card is this betrayal card here. And it is forced decrease adjacent cards by 3. So if I place it here, I'm left with just 1. You know what? This is why I will place it here, so that there aren't any adjacent cards that it can affect. Put 2 impulse cards on top of their deck, exhaust. So impulse cards are things like forced raise 1. Okay, they overshot by 22. So now I can use the other impulse card, which again is forced raise 1, because they already lost. And I will get my coins back.
Surely not.
So let's see, 5. And another betrayal card. Play into any slot, the -4. Now they played it into my slot. So I got here the 10 now. We're at 11. They're at 15. And increase by 1. Which makes it a 19. Let's see. Okay, we're both at 19. Damn it. And they will win because their highest card now is the 11. Despite it not being selected or the current value, it still is printed on, which means that's the highest value. And I'm not risking pulling a card and hoping that it's a 2. So I'm just going to pass and lose this one. Yeah.
As the cards predicted.
But if I win this round, I win the encounter. So it should be fine. Should be fine. I mean, look at this. 20. And now my 10 is the highest.
The cards promised victory.
Yes, they always do. Let's buy something in the shop. Let's see what we can get. A booster backpack for our clubs. Let's see what we can find. Discard the opposing card. That's always fun. Let's go with that one. And another awakened card. The played card gains 2. Maybe we can use this at some point. So the next is a soul, and this soul has fire cards.
They call out.
And it says ignite their cards, exhaust. Right now we don't have any cards, but I think ignited cards, when they can start to burn up at some point. Ignite the opposing and adjacent card. So now my card here is burning. I think if it's played twice or burned twice, then it just disappears. So that's not good. 16, that's also not good. 11 and 6, I have to take a chance here. 23, that's bad. And 8, you know what, I will just put it here and see if I can use the 8 with the next round. So discard the opposing card. Take your 5 back. So, and this is play into any slot. There you go. So we're at 18 now. So put an ignited card, soul card on top of your deck. You know what? I will gamble, since this is after all a gamble, and say 18 should be fine, and hope that they pass as well. Yes, they pass, which means I win this round. ignite this and the opposing card, and right now this is good that I finished the round, because now since the enemy has always to play first, now this does not do anything, because now that I can play my card here and I'm pretty safe. So let's go with 10 and blackjack. Nothing they can do.
That wasn't enough.
So again, we have here the thief, the murderer, and the queen. And I wish we got the queen first so that I could place the jack on it. But yeah, because then also something happens in the cards, which is kind of cool. Oh, damn it, we lost. Oh, no. Okay, we still got one coin, at least.
Shut up for a minute.
Sorry, but I won't. $15. Oh dear. And there are 21. Yeah, we're going to lose this. I mean, I got here the 8, which brings us to 23. And this card here, which will be probably the king, because we don't have any other diamond cards. So won't be quiet here on the stream. Exactly. So again, we're going to lose this. And I think with that I will... Oh no, that's a 5. Oh right, I forgot this.
Yes, yes.
So the played card gains 2, which is also not anything that we could possibly need. So, but look here, we have here now, this ace counts either as 11 or 1. So maybe there's even a chance for us if I place now here the 5. So it's either a 5 or 2. Oh, damn it. Let's hope that the next one, okay, is a 2. And when it says here, demand a face card, at least I can see what the next cards are going to be. And it's going to be a 10 and a 9. And neither will help. Yeah, let's use the 10 here, and I'm at 24. And I cannot place any cards there. So, yeah. And I've lost. Essentially, again, this was the run this time.
Soon you'll hear them too.
Yeah, already heard them. Yeah, that was the Black Jacket. I don't know when it will be out. The Steam store page says release date 2026, and yeah, I've played way too much of this already. So I just wanted to share it with you because it's something that I was, like I said, having way too much fun with just the demo and trying to find any exploits, but apparently this has been well tested, so I couldn't really find any. So where is Steam? There is Steam. No, that's not Steam. This is Steam. So, and I've played it. Oh dear, this is just a demo and I've played it for 12.5 hours. Ah dear, maybe I need to play some more Starfield just as a palate cleanser. Kirsty says, so creative, a twist on blackjack. Right? I mean, there probably are many games in the wake of Balatro out there that really try to build this addiction spiral out of being a gambling game and a roguelike and with weird modifiers on top. But I think hardly any does it as stylish as this one. I mean, this doesn't look like a cheap... I don't want to say derogatively pixel game, because many pixel games it feels like they're just slapped together from standard assets, and yeah, I mean, just implementing some card mechanics there. So, and the blackjack, it doesn't look like it's one of these. I mean, it got good voice acting, it got this whole lore about it, and it hints that there is so much more there than is visible at the surface. Like, it's a bit like with the Souls games, where half of the story gets played out in inventory descriptions or item descriptions, and here it's the same thing with the king and the queen. So if you and the jack who becomes a murderer. So if you place the king and the queen next to each other, suddenly the king will gain 1 because they're this pair, this couple. So then together they already form a blackjack. But of course, if you have the jack next to them, the jack will murder either the king or the queen. But if the queen is or the king is already dead and you place the jack on them, then the jack becomes a hanged jack and suddenly has 4 different values. So again, it's this whole meta narrative on top, which again find very, very cool. Jerem says, oh, what are your most played games on Steam? Good question. Good question, since we're at it. And some of that will probably surprise you. Sort by ready to play games. No, sort. How can I sort it by playtime? I think there was this one way that I could sort it by playtime, right? Games and software, group by collection, new. In your profile. Okay, yes, I've seen this somewhere. View my profile. There we go. Oh, look at this. The amount of achievements. Oh dear. I'm still... I don't know where I got this winner achievement from, but not many people have this. And the achievement that I'm most proud of is the Rocksmith 2014 Remastered Edition that 0.4 players have this. That is to win or perfectly play songs without showing any notes. So you have to essentially just know them by heart and play them perfectly. So I'm kind of happy with that. Okay, so probably they're in the games. Cursor says then open games. There we go. And by playtime. There we go. Okay, so my most played games on Steam are Into the Breach with almost 700 hours played. Oh dear. And last played 15th of January. So you know I still come back to them. Yeah, that's a lot of... Oh, thank you. I mean, many games that are very small indie games, which some of them really shower you with achievements for just playing the first map or winning the first game or losing the first game. So also all good. So Into the Breach, the next one that I played apparently is 368 hours, is Command & Conquer Remastered Edition, which I played in December the last time, which I still return to. And I usually play just skirmishes against the AI at hardest difficulty. I don't know why. This is my somewhat sense of my cozy game that I return to. Courtesy, oh, Team Fortress 2. Yeah, I can totally get it. You can see here I'm not really the multiplayer gamer, but before that, at some point, I think I still had my most played game with Counter-Strike Go. Yeah, and number 3 is The Curious Expedition 2, followed by The Curious Expedition. Again, it's also a roguelike. Then Faster Than Light, 286 hours, also roguelike. Game Maker Studio, which is not roguelike, if you want. And Jerem's is also Team Fortress 2. Oh, that's so nice. You probably played either with or against each other already, if I mean, just statistically speaking. And then we have 200 hours with Rocksmith 2014, Vampire Survivors, and Max Payne 3. People ask me, why? What is it with Max Payne 3 that really caught your attention this much that you played 175 hours? And it wasn't intentional. I personally do not like Max Payne 3. I would go out on a limb and say I despise it because I feel like it's so badly written, whereas the gameplay, actually, only the gameplay mechanics part is the best of the Max Payne games, I feel. But I'm just this huge fanboy when it comes to Remedy and their interpretation of Max Payne. So really, I did not like Max Payne 3, but still doesn't answer the question. And the answer is I forgot that the game was running in the background, and it was at the time when I didn't shut off my computer because power was relatively cheap. So and you can see it was in 2014. So I think I just forgot about it for a couple of days, and it was still just paused running in the background. And this is how I got to 175 hours of Max Payne 3. And then of course there's Fallout New Vegas and another roguelike, Darkest Dungeon, which I will never ever play again. After 2017, this was the last time that I played it. Then we have Fallout 4, and look at this, my own game, Finesweeper. And then there's Skyrim. So apparently for me, who would have thought it is RPGs, mostly Bethesda RPGs, if we count out Cyberpunk. Fallout Shelter, really? I played 109 hours Fallout Shelter. That's really embarrassing. So yeah, it's Fallout, Skyrim, Fallout, and then it's roguelikes and Command & Conquer for some reason. Interesting. Thank you for inviting me to share this. didn't really notice that much of a pattern in my games played. Why no more Darkest Dungeon? Yeah, because the game nuked my A team. And I played many hours. I can tell you exactly, I played for over 150 hours. I mean, of course, I was nuked before, but I thought I have the perfect team now. I build up everything before I venture into the Darkest Dungeon. I have an A team and I have a B team, and I just level them up to the maximum. And I had two teams that couldn't get any better. And the game obliterated me and wiped more or less my entire team just because of some bad luck that I had in the eponymous Darkest Dungeon, so the latest game dungeon, where there are completely new enemies and new bosses, and it was just so unfair. I felt like the game literally wasted like 50 hours that I invested into it in just like 2 minutes, where it was this encounter, and then I thought, okay, I've lost two of my A team of 4 people, then I probably just have to cut my losses and leave. And then the game says, well, if you leave the Darkest Dungeon, 2 of your team will die, and which meant party wipe. So, and for me that was okay, party wipe. Guess what else I wiped off my hard disk? That game. And I didn't even have any interest in Darkest Dungeon 2, just because I had such an experience with Darkest Dungeon 1, because the art style and overall the gameplay, I mean, like I said, I played 150 hours. There was something to it that I really enjoyed, and overall it really was different and engrossing, but I had such a bad experience with it that I will never play it again, and not even the sequel, just cause. Yeah, this really was like, okay, the game kicked me, and I will never play it again. Right, okay, so let's say arts and crafts. I will change now here the stream information, because I want to show you how to make a sticker set. This little sticker sheet that I'm not sure if everyone was there, where I showed it. And I want to make with you together a Pixel Prophecy sticker set, and then print it out and cut it, and then paste it somewhere. Because I got this beautiful cutting machine. And yeah, one thing that I've shown you here, the sticker set, and you probably wonder, where are these stickers applied to, because you don't see them here, because I had to retain myself to sticking them everywhere. And the solution is here. This is my phone. This is the backside of my phone. Whenever people ask me what is going on there, why are there so many stickers there, I said it's for research purposes. I want to see how they rub off, how much the wear is of these self-printed stickers, but yeah, I just like them. Will you sell some stickers? That is more or less the idea. I'm not quite sure if I can officially or legally sell them, because in Austria I think I need to have a license to sell things on the internet. But what I could do, and probably will do, this was the entire idea behind it, is that maybe I can gift it to people who support me. So I'm not selling stickers, I'm just saying little thank yous with sticker sheets that are handcrafted and super exclusive just for supporters. So if you're on Patreon as a supporter or something, probably it's not too much legally, because I'm not selling you anything. I'm just sending you a gift for support. I think that way should work. And what completely forgot my train of thought, but yeah, I think it's a little thank you for supporters then. Kirsty says, talk about a Windows phone. Oh, okay, that's a Windows phone. It's a Windows 3.1 phone. That's a good one. Right. Okay, so I got myself this beautiful Cricut, or there we go, Cricut machine that like I said, I have to really make sure that I'm not pronouncing it Cricut, because it's Cricut. And also what I've said before, I don't know if you were here already, Jerem, it feels a bit like I've been brought into the cult that is Tupperware or what was the other thing? Thermomix, or these kinds of things where it's not just the hardware that you buy, you're now part of this community, of this maker community, and all the software and everything is just supportive of this, because of course this thing comes with a subscription for the software, and not just for the software, the subscription also has certain boons where you can get materials cheaper and that sort of thing. So I try to stay out of it. So yeah, if you can get cut by it, it make you cry. That is true, but I'm not sure if I can get cut by it, because it's actually it's kind of safe. If you look at it, this is where the little blade is, and what this is, it's a little bit like a plotter, but instead of this head going back and forth, you enter, or you feed it this mat where you place your thing you want to cut out in, and this just moves back and forth, and this thing moves to the sides, and this is how the actual printing works. Also, what was different about this one, I was looking for, okay, where do I plug the USB cable in? It doesn't come with a USB cable, it's Bluetooth. Welcome to the future. And Windows 10 said, Bluetooth? I don't think I can work with this. I got an MSI motherboard, and apparently the drivers are borked. According to Reddit, it's a known quirk, and for some people it works. For me, it did not work, so I could not connect via Bluetooth. What did I do? I invested in a Bluetooth dongle, and that works perfectly. It's 10 euros on top of whatever that cost, a couple of €100, and it's like, seriously, but yeah, just had to deactivate the high-speed whatever Bluetooth of my motherboard, plug the USB stick in, it works. There we go. And Commander Stitch recognized Ashley, of course, because the unicorns are super fans of this thing, because I told them they have to be. And thanks also for feeding oats. And yeah, this was, oh no, Jerem, see, my impression was apparently not that good, because it was not Windows 10, but it was Windows 11. So apparently I should work on my impression game, but it's a shit software. I've read somewhere that Windows 11 AI allows you to, or even installs remotely some sort of, can install a malware on your Windows machine. And I thought, yeah, Windows 11 by itself is some sort of malware, so I'm not really that surprised. Right, so I got here this camera so I can show you what else is going on and what kind of stickers we want to make. And yeah, with this Cricut Machine, Windows is malware. There we go. Yeah, jinx. Do we have a days without a fill video counter? Days without a fill video. Or days without a fill video. I don't know what do you mean? Days without a fill video. A counter. Okay, I'm confused now. But I mean, programming a counter shouldn't be that hard, he said unknowingly. Oh yeah, one thing that I wanted to say is one of my older postmortems that I've been working on, I was having, again, problems with Premiere, and it wasn't really fun working with it, because Premiere thought, MP4s? What hellish thing is this? I don't want to play it back. So even no matter what computer you have, Premiere said, oh, it's an MP4. I don't know, maybe buy some more RAM or something. And yeah, yesterday at work, somehow people forgot to book me for a shift. So I had 8 hours of essentially free time on this machine here. And what I did was I ported my entire edit of Ludum Dale 48 from Premiere to DaVinci Resolve. It didn't go without any hiccups, but now the playback of the timeline is silky smooth, and suddenly it's much more fun to keep working on it. So today I spent in the cafe already lined out some more motion graphics that need to go with it. So yeah, progress is being made with my postmortems. Oh, count up counter. There we go. To the next YouTube video. That you mean. Yeah, that's the thing. I should make a YouTube video. Oh, the East German spy thriller vlog was 10 months ago, says Kersey. Indeed, yeah, it was way too long ago. And I thought, I really want to post something and not just put a video out that there's a video out. So this is again why I picked up the post-mortem, because I think, I mean, I've been saying this for years now, but you deserve a post-mortem. And like I said, finally there is progress being made. And the other thing is why there was no progress being made, because I needed to do my annual backups before I start something new for the year. Turns out plans have changed because the big tape drive, the external LTO drive, is malfunctioning after 5, 6, 7 years that I have it now. And it's not working anymore. It eats the tape, essentially, which is bad. I mean, it's not really eating it, but it's just you insert the tape, it winds it forwards, backwards, but never really reads it, which means, bad. So I turned on the internal maintenance mode and I got an error code 7, error code 6, yada, yada, yada. Long story short, I found a hardware shop that is specialized on doing all sorts of high enterprise data center maintenance work, even for products that are end of life or out of guarantee or warranty, which is what my LTO is. And yeah, long story short, it costs 1,800 euros to have it repaired. A big gulp. That's a lot of dough. So I'm still weighing the options of should I really invest into it or find just a couple of hard drives and go back not to tape-based backups but to file-based backups. But again, hard drives crash at some point in their life, and tapes are at least guaranteed to have a shelf life of at least 20 years. So yeah, I'm still on the fence about it. But the other thing is, what does an LTO cost? An LTO 7, the same drive, it costs new 3,800 euros, so almost double. So yeah, this is where we're standing right now. So again, I'm weighing the options. So probably at some point I will have to sell stickers. Drive failure. Yeah, in the end. Oh, thank you, Phil. Yeah, you're welcome. In the end, it feels like a blackmail. In some, well, not blackmail. Protection money. I mean, it's like with every kind of insurance, essentially it's protection money. You're just paying and hoping you not need to use it. And the same thing is for me with backups. Since I'm doing this tape-based backups, I don't think I had ever a problem or complete data loss. But I think once or twice I had to restore something from tape, which when you do it and you know, okay, I have everything on tape, it takes 12 hours to restore terabytes from this tape, but it's working and I got it back, and this was such a relief. And this is why you pay up all this money just for these moments where you feel like, thank God I have a backup and it's still working. Cheers. Dear Lord, says Jeremy Burke account, and I say, dear Lord indeed. So the good thing is, if I want to sell stickers, I did the math and I don't have to sell that many. So if you want this Windows 95 sticker package, which I do not have the actual rights to the artwork, so I shouldn't be selling it, but I'm selling it for the low price of 1,800 euros. So I only have to sell one. Oh no, I still have to pay taxes on it. Probably have to sell it for 2,000 or more. Anyway, let's make some stickers. Let's switch back to my beautiful desktop and have this thing here that is the Cricut Design Space. And it's one of these kinds of software where you don't even know where it's installed, where the files are, because it's just there. And the first thing it does is it demands of you to create an account. And see this, and it pops up with a big old advertisement for Cricut Access for 1.5 million beautiful images with Cricut Access trademark standard that is free for 30 days. So yeah, I'm not going to start my free trial, but you see, and this where they really push this product or whatever they sell throughout. And the downside is, as far as I know, there is no open source alternative to this. If you want to use the Cricut Machine, you have to use this tool. So already off to a good start. It's still better than Adobe in some places. So what you do is either you create a new project or you select one of the existing projects. And I already have some projects here in my part of it, and since everything is online, so when you upload something, it's not like you select a file on disk where you say this will become my sticker. You have to upload it, and it creates an asset there, and whenever you look at your assets, in this case images, you have to wait. Let's see here, uploaded. You have to wait a couple of seconds for it to load, depend on how fast your internet is. So these are the images that I already have loaded. And I want to make a Pixel Prophecy sticker sheet with these stickers here that some of you might also remember from the... Oh, now I don't have the mug here of the Pixel Prophecy mug. So, and then you can see here some weird shapes. And these shapes are... this again took me half an afternoon to really measure out the maximum amount of sticker sheet real estate that you can get out of it, of what the machine is capable of cutting. So let's start a new project, and for this I will go with, let's go with an the first thing is page size, because we're in Europe, we have A4 as our standard paper format, and then of course there is the American standard, which is the letter format, and the Cricut can cut both. And the downside is the sticker paper that I got from Cricut, that is clear transparency for stickers, so they don't have a white backing, they have a transparent backing. So if you have a sticker that's red and you place it onto something that's blue, it's black. But if it's on a white base, then of course it will stay white. So the transparency thing comes in letter format. This thing here with the white paper is in A4 format. So again, this is why I have two different kinds of presets. So I think the A4 is this one. No, the pink is the letter. Then I will use this one, that is the A4 half white. So I add this to my canvas, and now here this is my canvas. Okay, so the first thing is that I thought, oh, this is how it's going to be placed on the mat when it's going to be cut. So I have to make sure that it aligns to the top. No, essentially this is, again, a big old blank canvas that you can place things on however you like. I'm just, for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to place here some shapes. It doesn't really matter where I place them. And just so that I can show you, when I say I want to make it, I don't save this project, then automatically it's aligned to fit as perfectly with the least amount of space in between them. So this is really something that I had to get to grips to the first time when I was working with this. So yeah, I'm more or less, I'm recording this for myself for future fill in case I ever need to reference this again. And Jerem says, Canadians don't understand me when I say A4. Oh, really? What's the paper size in Australia? I mean, is it also the DIN, the DIN paper? Because this is what we have here in pretty much all of Europe, that's the word. By the way, I can show you the difference, because if you bear with me for a second. Because I'm a well-stocked person. That came out wrong, but you know what I mean. I have here different papers. This one here is the DIN A4 paper, and this one is the American letter paper. And if I hold it up next to each other, you can see that the letter paper is a bit more squat. So it's not as tall, but a little bit wider than the A4 paper. And again, if you don't know this, and some software that was made for the American market assumes everything is a letter format, and somehow, especially if you want to have perfect measurements, things are slightly off and are scaled weirdly, and this is in 90% the reason why. So, and for this, I have to make sure that whatever I'm using here for my settings, that my load type is the correct one. So I said I'm using the A4 one. So when I go now to make, you can see now here that this is the preview of how it's going to look in the mat. So inside this dashed, it's not quite a rectangle, inside this dashed frame, this is how the layout of my sticker paper will be. So this one will be one sticker sheet. This is this black blob here. And when I say I want 2 copies, it fits on exactly on one page here. So this is what I meant when I said I meticulously did measurements so that I know that 2 of these shapes will fit there. So why is this important? Because now I can place all my stickers inside of this shape. It makes sure that, okay, that this is going to be printed. Okay, 8.5 by 11, perfectly logical, says Cursey Boo. No screen. Oh, no screen share. Thank you. Good old pixel. Good old pixel thing. So Jerem says, I prefer full face cam, but yeah, no, thank you. So yeah, I forgot. So again, this is how it looks like here in this Cricut, in the preview. So you see here, this inside this dashed frame here is the actual thing where it's able to cut the cuttable area. Why this? Because there are tracking markers or positioning markers. So when I print something out and I want a perfect cut, the machine needs to have an understanding of the alignment. And this is why these things cannot be filled. So when I say now 2 copies, then it's perfect. It fits perfectly there, because when I move it, there is not much leeway to move it. When I say I want 3 copies there, then it says I need here another mat to load another mat. So this is why I hit cancel. And now everything what I meant that stays in this shape when I'm not changing the shape will be part of this sticker sheet, so that I can make sure that it's there. So how do we add stickers to it? And how do we decide what is going to be printed, what is going to be cut? And again, recording this mostly for myself in the future, or anybody who's interested in this Cricut machine. Okay, so first let's design the actual sticker thing. So let's just make it portrait and not landscape. And I change now here the color to something else that is not just black. And I will zoom in a little bit so that we can see things better. Again, I'm not changing the actual dimensions, which are set by 16.2 centimeters by 12.4 centimeters. It doesn't matter, again, where I place it there on the mat. And one thing that you can see here on the left side here is whenever I place something, it opens up here the recommendations. So I got, thank you, dear Cricut, for providing me with free shapes, but they're of course included with the subscription shapes that are, you can see here, this costs €1 for this arrow shape, €1 for the half moon. See, it's kind of, if you're lazy, you can just pay up. But I find it a little bit, what's the word? Tasteless. That really they're pushing this hard their subscription model, which is also not cheap. I think it starts at €11 per month. So you have to do a lot of get a lot of use out of this machine. Right. So when I click here to images, I don't see my images, and it says here, hey, why not say a dog wearing sunglasses? Or I can even use create AI. Please kill me now. So the most important thing for me is to either use this one here to upload my own designs, or head over here to home, where I have my own designs already uploaded. So I'm going to click the plus sign on these 3 designs that I already have cut out, and they are huge because I scanned them in at sufficiently huge size so that I can always make them smaller without quality loss. So again, that I know now that this is half of a A4 page roughly, so I can roughly say how large, or can gauge how large these stickers will be. And you can see here, when I click some of my stickers, now suddenly it realized or discovered or recognized what actually the shape is, maybe from the file name that it was coffee. And again, it tries €1, €1. Do you want more coffee shapes or cute coffee things? You can all buy them for $1. And I mean, I can close this, but if I want to do some editing, usually on Adobe products, here on top is where you have your how you can edit things that are selected. Here I have to click the edit button, and then it says here more tools, and the edit effects that I have are offset, sticker, or warp. By the way, why don't I click sticker? Because Design custom stickers, make them with Cricut Access. So if I really want to use the fast route to making stickers, I can start my free trial. And you see why this is irking me already. It's everywhere. Everywhere it wants you to spend money. So I mean, this looks kind of nice, but maybe we want to add one or more stickers. I mean, I want to make a Pixel Prophecy sticker sheet. So let's make it a little bit more Pixel Prophecy. Prophecy. Jerem says, I forgot, are you the sort of person that does or does not want to know if a word you say is pronounced funny? Please let me know, and then I will say thank you for letting me know, and we'll try to remember it. And then we'll still say it incorrectly. But please correct me. Or more prophetic, says Cursey. Not more Pixel Prophecy, but more prophetic. That's the thing. Yeah, like I said, please correct me. I try to have an impeccable English, and I'm failing at this very hard. Right. So to add another sticker, I can make one with Photoshop, I can make one in Illustrator. So the exchange format for most of the shapes is an SVG, so it's the scalable vector graphics format that you also get with web. And the thing is, of course, it like I said, it works more or less like a plotter and not so much in terms of pixels, because it's cutting real things. So it's the definition you get out of it when you have things as vector graphics is much better. And gauge, gauge, I always say gauge, like gouge your eyes out. It's pronounced gauge. Thank you. Okay, thank you for, of course I've heard it so many times, and for some reason I just say how in German I see it. Because if there is an A and a U, in German you say au, and it's like the English OW when it's written. So this is, engage. Thank you, Kersey. It's like, if it, I can work when you say it rhymes with. Okay, so I can gauge how it looks like. I hope. Thank you for correcting me. As always, I learned something new. And in this case, I didn't learn something new. I've heard this so many times, so I just said it wrong. Okay, so how to make this more Pixel prophetic. Thank you, Kersey. And I thought to have here a nice background. As you can see here, with the Windows 95 background or sticker sheet, here the background is the Windows 3.1 logo here. And I thought it's a pattern. It's kind of neat. There we go. Thumbs up. Thank you, Jerem. And I thought, you know what, it makes it nicer. And for this, I already have created some pixel prophetic backgrounds. And first I had this one, and this was super busy. I can show you how it looks when you add it to the canvas. And if you use this as a background, you hardly see the stickers anymore, because it's there. So I decided to make another one, the gray one, which lends itself a little bit better to being a background there for stickers. So now I can do a cutout of this with the shape that I already have. That is this shape here. So I can just align them and then say down here, I think it was called a slice. When I do this, then I have the shapes individual of each other. So this now has the same dimensions as the shape that I had before, but now I can use it. Let's put it in the back. Can use it here as the background for this sticker sheet, which again, find kind of neat. Ark, the background is sick. Oh, thank you. I'd get that Windows background as a in real life wallpaper if I had buckets of money. That's the thing. If you have buckets of money, but it would be kind of nice. Again, this retro things. It's I mean, for the Windows stickers, I loaded up, of course, Windows 95 in an emulator and Windows 3.11 in an emulator, and spent way too much time on it. I mean, just judging from this sticker here, you know that I played solitaire until I was able to do this without cheating, of course, to get to this part. And yeah, same thing there for all the other stickers there. I really had it was a very a very nice nostalgia trip for me. And of course, just looking at the old screensavers, it's so nice. Kirsty says, custom printed wallpaper might not be too expensive. Oh, really? I thought it would be super expensive because depending on how much you produce, it might really skyrocket. So, or maybe, wait, hang on a second. Maybe I've heard this from a friend who made wrapping paper, and I think they used some sort of big plotter, and it was a photographic plotter, and it was they said it was super expensive. And I thought, okay, then probably wallpaper, wrapping paper. It's the same thing. It's just reams of paper. Okay, so as you can see here, these stickers already have here this white outline, which is of course pretty cool if you want to cut it, that you do not have, depending on how well the cutting machine is calibrated, that you do not cut out anything of the artwork, but also not anything of the background, but essentially you want to cut right in between the artwork and the background. And this is again something that I will show you in a second. I just want to add another sticker to it. Jerem says, gotta focus on paying for food now, wallpaper one. Yeah, that's perfectly fair. That is the sad part. I same for me. It's probably should save up to buy food or fill up the car that I need and not invest into a cutting machine. But then I thought, you know what, Redbubble, because of their cut that they keep for themselves, essentially is costing me so much money, more or less, then it's better to do this. To invest in taking my stuff back to me, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's make another sticker, and I think I already made another sticker. I'm not sure if I've exported it, but the other day in the cafe, I thought I wanted again to make another sticker with one of these beautiful, funny little characters. I mean, this is Curly Braxton or Curly Braxton. I'm not quite sure about the naming. And this is Java McBeans. And this, of course, is Ashley or Unicode, because it's a coding unicorn. And I thought I have another. Where do I have it? Here. I add another little character. Projects, art. Where is it? Digital Painting 2026. Programming Buddies. There we go. And yeah. I mean, this end of line, I'm not sure about it, but overall, this would be my new sticker idea. And let's see if I can also get this onto the sticker sheet and see how it looks. So I export this now again here with the white outline, with this frame around it. I'm not 100% happy with how it looks, but again, for testing, it should be fine. So I'm exporting it as exports as a PNG file. Or can I export it? Export advanced, there we go. PNG. And there I can say force convert to sRGB, and the compression is super high, and force convert to 8 bits per channel. Yeah, this is in 16 bits per channel because I like that the colors blend a little bit better that way. So then we can bring it up in Photoshop. Did I export it, or did I just set up the export? Let's have a look. No, apparently I did not export it. Export advanced, there we go. Oh, I put it in the wrong folder. That's classic. Drink when things are in the wrong folder. So now Photoshop crashed, of course, because what I did was in Krita, in the open dialog of Krita, I hit Control X to cut it. And here in the Photoshop open dialog, I hit Control V to paste it. Apparently, that is something this operating system was never meant to handle. Software really has gone down. Right, so yeah, Photoshop crashed. Jerem says cafes are very archetypical fill environments, aren't they? They are. For some reason, I'm I would say I'm drawn to cafes, especially if they are nice and quiet and we can really... Oh, apparently it's Krita that crashed. Or I think both programs just crashed. Beautiful. Yeah, cafes are my happy place. Of course, they need to have power outlets and not be too crowded, but also not too lonely. And yeah, it has to have this fine balance. But for me, for some reason, it's like I like to hang in a cafe because, I mean, it's cozy. There's a constant supply of fresh coffee, and maybe there's even pastries or sweets that you can order should you need to. And overall, it's just a wonderful space to be creative in, for me at least. Right, and the automated unicorn discreetly shreds a bunch of paper. How can you discreetly shredder a bunch of papers, automated unicorn? But I haven't heard it, so apparently it's a thing. So our digital painting, let's try this again. Did I export it? No. Did it land? Yes, at least it copied correctly there to Photoshop. So all I'm doing here in Photoshop is now I'm cropping this so that because there is so much transparent space around it, I will just say edit, and where was it? Trim, or was it image? Yeah, image, trim, transparent pixels, and there we go. And I will just copy the path. So back to Cricut design, and again I have to upload it as an image, which again takes time. So I'm here in the folder with my patterns, and this is the programming buddies, and there we go. Continue. Yes, this looks good. No, I do not want to create multiple layers with Cricut Access. Subscribe to Cricut Access, no thank you. I just use it as a flat graphic. And again, I have here my collection, and for some reason it never really checked out or understood that I changed here this typo for generics. So yeah, anyway, so those are elements, and I call them, yeah, programming buddies. And to find things again, I just say curly bracket comic high 5, just in case I need it. Have to upload it, God knows where. By the way, also the projects that you make, you cannot really export. The only way I've found, if you really want to save what you make here outside of Cricut Access, is to print to PDF and then edit this PDF. Wonderful. Jerem says, would you ever consider running a small game jam one day? You mean running a jam? I've thought about it, and I'm not against the idea. I just need to plan for it accordingly. And right now, again, I don't want to spread myself too thin and want to finish maybe a post-mortem before I'm doing anything else. But in theory, yes, because I've been doing lots of small things. For example, I've been coaching Fronter, who's also sometimes here in the stream, and his buddy. I think they're having to defend their thesis next week. And the other thing is I'm going to be a judge on a small wholesome game jam. So these small things, definitely, yeah. Would definitely want to join. Yeah, I always have been thinking about a Pixel Prophecy game jam. But of course, this would ask the question, will I also partake in the game jam with everyone else? How will the judging go? Will there be judging? Will there be prizes perhaps? Or what will the theme be that that I don't make a fool out of myself, or I constantly, over a decade now, I've been bitching about the theme, and then the Pixel Prophecy jam will have an even worse theme than everyone else, than all the other jams. So yeah, I've been thinking about it. Coaching, says Jerem. Yeah, it was for, I think this was a university project for University of Applied Science and Game Studies in the Netherlands, and apparently they needed an industry contact. I said, yeah, I'm not in the industry, I'm just doing this as a hobby, and please be aware of that I can't tell you how the current things in the industry are, but they said it's fine. They know what they're getting themselves into. It was more or less about project management and time management and what to focus on and how to pick or what to look out for when picking a prototype, or also when working with background art, or how to, essentially where you can cut corners and how to speed things up from good old game jam experience. You know how it goes. So it's, for example, for environment art, I suggested, you know what, you just make one rock that is very, I wouldn't say very intricate, but has a very irregular silhouette, so that you can use it. You can just twist and turn it and then stick it together, and you have like, out of this one rock, you can make like 15 different kinds of rocks, depending on how you scale it, how you rotate it, how you squash it, things like this, for example. So yeah. Judging, possibly not necessarily. Yeah, for a cozy game jam, I think it's the joy is partaking. So I would say here, for a sticker sheet, does this look good? Does this look nice? Are they too small, too large? Is there anything that's missing? I think we still have here this one gap here in the middle, where I feel like we could put something in there, but I don't know what. Oh, maybe the Pixel Prophecy logo? I mean, this would lend itself. Sure, why not? Oh, thank you, Automated Unicorn, for plugging my shop. So as for the Pixel Prophecy logo, and I said everything here, it benefits from being an SVG file. And good thing is that I've my Pixel Prophecy logo, I've it in so many different formats, just in case that I need it. So where do I have it? Design Pixel Prophecy logo. There we go, 2024. So yeah, this is the Pixel Prophecy logo as square PNG, as 2048 pixels PNG, inside a circle with transparency, or as vector graphics, exports 4 times up, as icons compressed for each, for Mastodon, SVG graphics. So yeah, I'm pretty much set. So, and the cool thing is, finally there is thumbnail generation for SVG file. It took Microsoft just 2 decades to implement this, but finally it's working, and let's hope that it keeps on working. So what I want is the Pixel Prophecy logo on transparent. And look at this, it doesn't work. No, it shows up wrong here. So it was a try. So instead of doing this, then maybe I have it here as a PNG file. Or vector graphics to have it. No, this is with the tagline in circle, tagline on transparent. Really, apparently I have to get to Photoshop and make this logo on transparent. Apparently I did not have enough derivatives of this one logo. So design, logo, Pixel Prophecy 2024. By the way, I've been redesigning here this logo since 2015, as you know. So there have been small tweaks to this logo. So vector, or no, what, SVG. We had it here on transparent, minified, and I think this minification, that was the problem. It's because if I export this now as PNG file, it should be fine. Save as, logo 2024, logo on transparent, RGB. There we go. Yeah, now it works. Now it looks all right. So let's call this Pixel Prophecy logo color on transparent. Logo Pixel Prophecy unicorn. And let's put this into my elements collection. By the way, these collections, I wanted to have much more of them, but of course you can only have 5 collections without subscribing. But only if you're a subscriber, you can have more collections, which of course, again, is really something that I do not want to buy into. And why don't I want to buy into this? Because it means you're locked in, because you're never going to have less than 5 folders once you have more than 5 folders, and you've come to rely upon features like the instant sticker feature, for example. So again, those are all things that I do not want to really get get accustomed to, so that I would miss them. So the Pixel Prophecy logo there is lacking now this white outline. I wouldn't say it's looking too nice, but it's a little bit better now with more things going on. So okay, let's make here the outline. First thing is, maybe I want to save it, and I save it here into my projects collection as Pixel Prophecy Sticker Set 1. Let's have a sip of water. And now let's create here the outline for the Pixel Prophecy head. For some reason it lost its horn. I don't know why, probably a visual glitch. Yeah, there it is again. And again, you see here, now I'm get a bunch of unicorns suggested. And again, this is an endless scroller. I hate this so much. So I click edit, and now here I have under effects, I have here the offset effect, which does exactly what you think it would do. It creates an offset, and I say the distance is 0.2 centimeters. I hit apply and change the color to white. So when I move now my main artwork outside, you see the offset is separate of this. So I always, when I want to move them, I have to select them both. So I have enough room between them and make this design as large as possible without going into any other artworks. Yeah, I think this should work. Make this a bit bigger. So now the thing is, this is only visual. So when I'm going to print it out, the Cricut machine does have no idea what I want to cut out. Essentially, it will cut out everything. So this is indicated here because all the things that I have, all the layers are set to print then cut, which means every layer here is set. Even here the background is set to print and then cut. So it will start to cut out everything there. I mean, most of the time this is what you want, but it took me half a night to figure out how to get to do this properly. Kirsty says, maybe for the holidays this year you can make a to/from stickers for presents. That's a wonderful idea. That is a wonderful idea. Let me note this down. Would be so cute if you have this unicorn with a present that says, from to. Thank you, Kirsty. To, from stickers. Let's hope I get this Cricut sorted out until then. Okay, so one thing that I want to make, of course, and this is what threw me off or held me up the longest, is let me zoom in, and you know what, let me zoom in even further that I can then draw on screen. And how can I draw on screen? Maybe like this. Yes, I can draw on screen. I just don't know how I can. There we go. Okay, so what I want now is that when the cutting machine is cutting them, I want to have my cut here exactly in between where the artwork stops and the background starts, right? So the thing is, of course, now that I've this one here cut out already or supplied here in the PNG file with the outline, I need some way to define where these cuts go. And also here, I probably want to join them together so that I do not have here this hole in between. So for this, again, this took a while to figure out. So I hope I can recreate this. So one thing is, I want now here all my artworks joined together so that they are all treated as one thing. So I just select them here and hit attach. I think that's how you do it. So everything now here is attached, and this essentially behaves as a group. And so now I can select this group and say offset, and now I set the distance of the offset to minus 0.1 centimeters and hit apply. And there you can see some problems, because apparently here in this artwork, there was some transparency in there. And I'm pretty sure there was some transparency that I didn't fully flatten first. So probably have to re-upload this artwork again. So, so this is now here my offset result. So this essentially is how things are going to be printed. Again, these holes here are bad. I don't want these holes. So what can I do? Well, first undo it and move it back, and I disable here the other layer so that we can work with this one here. So the first thing that I do is I click here and say contour, that hides cut lines, and I say hide all contours. And so now I think I can click just the outer contours so that all these holes inside there, they are just merged together. So this is looking already a bit better, and I think this actually already fixes it, I hope. So if I place it now here under the attach, yeah, okay. So, and again, also you can see here currently this is also set to print then cut, but instead this is the actual thing that I want to cut. So I just say here that this is set to basic cut. So it's not trying to print this color. In this case, it's this material color that is brown or white or blue or whatever. So this is just so that I know here in the editor that what something is selected. So I just need to be aware of this. So now that I have here my attach group and I zoom in, you can see here there are still these things popping through. So probably I should actually change the artwork, because what happens is now when I have my background there, it will cut out also the background. So this will be part of the sticker. So instead I need to somehow also fill out these things, and I'm not quite sure how to make it inside this tool. I think the best way is so that I just add some shapes there behind it that are also white, so that I can fill these holes. Yeah, and I think this works. Copy, paste. It feels a little bit backwards, so probably I should have done this with the artwork itself when I got started, but yeah, it is now what it is. So the circle here, copy, paste. Fill the holes. Oh dear. Indeed. But it shouldn't take too long. It's just a little bit annoying, because when I copy and paste, it will just paste anywhere, it feels like. And also here you can see there, this is where the background is popping through this dark gray. Again, this is something that we do not want. So, and I think, oh, maybe here as well. Really should have paid more attention to filling these holes first in the artwork. So let's make sure. Yes, this looks good. And again, yeah, the programming bodies I will have to redo, which means of course I also have to then redo here the cut. So save, and let's get back to the programming bodies. Okay, how to make sure that the background is not poking through. I make an adjustment layer or a fill layer that is just as a solid color that I can really see where the background is poking through. Let's make this, this aqua color. And here we can see now where the background is. It's popping through. So I duplicate now the layer on top of itself multiple times, so that I'm just adding together all the pixel, the alpha values, in the hopes that at some point it should be filled. The other thing, of course, is that I could do is instead, you know what, let's do it the other way around. I select all the transparencies right now, because you can see there are still some holes in there. So, and I will use now a layer mask in Photoshop. So now I can actually see here in black and white what is still transparent and what is not. So I just fill up these things. So many fill puns today. Because there are these little stray pixels, because again I drew this in Krita. So, and now of course the background layer has to be the same color. And I put this there in a group, and the group has actually the layer mask. And yeah, let's also here fill the gaps in the actual artwork here. I used in Krita the colored pencil, but apparently I didn't do that good of a job. So let's use the spot healing brush tool. No, the healing brush tool apparently. And just paint over these things where it's not too good looking. But I mean, this is again just for a test sticker sheet, so it should be fine. Maybe I'll look into the artwork again. So artwork is prepped. Let's save it here as programmingbuddies.psd, and again as a PNG file version 02. And bring it to Cricut Design Space. So I will delete the existing one. By the way, you cannot modify the existing one. So if you have uploaded a design, you cannot change the name, you cannot change the tags, you cannot change the preview. Only what you can change is into what collection you want to add it to. And that is it. Again, this has been around for years from what I've seen on Reddit. So I need to go to Canvas, upload, and then I can select what I want to upload. Can't change. Yeah, it's mind-boggling, right? So delete and create a new database entry. This is what you do for this. Ah, dear. So, where was it? Digital Painting 2026, Programming Buddies Exports version 2. There we go. They look cute. They're happy. They're end-of-line buddies. So, Programming Buddies 1 curly bracket comic buddies. Upload. Cheers, by the way. And scale it. And maybe rotate it slightly. Can I rotate it? Yes, I can rotate it, but not as... Oh, I can squash it, which is not really what I wanted. So to rotate something, I haven't figured out a better way than clicking the edit button and then here in the rotate, roll out, just punching in numbers until it looks good. And this is usually why I want to do my sticker sheets. I want to design them and lay them out in Photoshop and Illustrator and then just have this one PNG file that I just import, place there in the frame and be done with it. Because this entire thing here with the circles, that I can save myself this hassle. Just want to make sure that the white circles still sit in the right spot. So I add now this updated artwork here to the attach. There we go. Save my artwork and do again here this outline for the actual cut. So everything here that is attached is selected and I create offset -1. So it's 1 millimeter. Let's make this -1.15. No, -0.1 should be good. Because you can see here in blue there is the cutting outline. Maybe this is already a little bit too small then. So just make this 0.05 centimeters. I hit apply. So maybe I need to make the white outline extending outwards into the background a little bit wider, because the background is not as important as the actual artwork, I feel. So this is just for cutting, but so I will deactivate this, and now just to extend the white outline that already exists, I create offset and make the outline plus that is on top of everything plus 0.1 centimeter or just 0.1 centimeter and make it white so that you can see it here. Now the white outline is essentially the white frame that I have extended by 1 millimeter as well. And that this outline, this offset is actually being printed and rendered. I set it here also from basic cut to print then cut and move it into my attach group. So again, the attach is just the entire group that I can move it. So, and finally, now that I have here my attach group, and I mean, it's a little bit precarious because the white here is very close now to the frame. Maybe I make everything a little bit smaller so that it's not touching the outsides this much. By the way, I can also choose to arrange these things, say align them, I essentially just center the artwork that I have, so this should be fine, that there is nothing that is too close now to the border. Okay, good. Finally, let me create now my offset anew. So again, this is now the visual, just the white that we see that is going to be printed, and now I'm going to specify the offset where that is exactly between the artwork and the background. So offset minus 0.2 millimeters. Let's see where this is. And was this minus? This was not minus. No, this was wrong direction. So attach, offset, minus 0.2 centimeters. And I think this perhaps might have been a bit too close to the artwork. Yeah, you can see here where the pink already is cutting into the artwork. Yeah, maybe 2 millimeters. Let's go with 1 millimeter. That should be enough. Offset minus 0.1 centimeter. Again, if I zoom in, this looks a bit better. So not cutting into the background, not cutting into the artwork itself. Who would have thought that designing sticker sheets is that cumbersome? But here we are. Okay, so to sum up what is going on here. So here, this offset here is just for cutting so that the Cricut will know what to cut. So it will cut here these stickers. So the overlay is now dark gray. So this is why I move it outside here of my attach group into the background, because it's going to be basic cut. It doesn't really matter whether it's visible or not. So this attach here, this entire image sheet here, this is the foreground. And for the background, I have here the slice result, that is this sticker sheet here on the background. And here comes a trick, because I want to have these kiss cut stickers, which means that you can pull them off of the carrier medium, but also I want to cut out the carrier medium itself into this shape here with the round corners. I'm going to duplicate here just the background 5 times, so that the Cricut Machine will cut background this frame 5 times, and thus cutting through the actual paper. At least that's the plan. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I have to select everything, also the offset, and align everything to center, that everything sits where it should sit. And I can only move them at once. So let's also make sure that the offset there is correct. Yes, doesn't cut into the background, doesn't cut into the artwork. That is good. Finally. So save, and I think now, yeah, just a test sheet, fine to experiment. That is true. That is true. So when I click now make, and I say I want, oh, one thing that I haven't said is that here this attach is set to multiple, print and cut offset. When I hit make, actually it should make that I have it here as stickers. Confirm. Okay. Apparently, what I forgot is that it tries now 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So it has now here, because I duplicated the background 5 times here to this print then cut, that it thinks now these are 5 separate elements that it needs to distribute. Okay, so this did not work. Does it work if I also attach it to what I have already? Let's see if I just put it there into the attach, and of course I have to do this individually. So when I hit make, interesting. So do I also have to set here the basic cut offset? That is basic cut also into the attach, because I think now this is what I have to do. Yes, okay, good. So if I say please twice, and for some reason apparently it thinks it needs to spread it on 2 mats, which I don't know why. The material size is not letter is A4. That's curious. Okay, then I scale it slightly smaller. The entire thing did make. Does it now fit on 2? It does not. That's weird. Was it because I rotated it? Because you can see here I rotated it and it will rotate it itself when it's done. So let's make this smaller still. Because actually it should fit twice here. But for some reason, it's not doing that. It's using 2 mats. This is exactly not that I wanted to happen. How small do I need to make this now? If I say 2 copies, okay, now 2 copies are being placed like this, which is again not what I intended. Okay, let's undo the scaling and see if there maybe was something else. Let me import now my reference. So this here is the A4 half wide. I add this to the canvas. Maybe I just changed the size, but no, I did not. This is exactly the size it needs to be. Or is it? No, I already scaled it smaller. See, this is why I hate proprietary software, because it feels like I need to do much more work just to get where I want to go and to work around the system than instead of the tool working with me. That's really peculiar. When I say make, I will say on mat, for example, and then it does the basic cut here. No. No. So print and cut, this is correct. This is... Oh, maybe the circles are throwing it off, because the circles should also be print and cut. And the slice result should be print and cut, and the other times is just basic cut. Maybe that was it. Jerem says, imagine us all cheering you on and massaging your shoulders and bringing you water. Thank you. That's, yeah, I feel like I'm in the 3rd round against software. Thank you, Kersey. Thank you for your encouragement. It doesn't make the software better, but it makes me feel better. So yeah, let's do this. So okay, I try this now manually, which means I will copy and paste it and manually arrange it underneath each other. And also hit flatten. I think that's what I didn't do. I didn't flatten everything. So when I make it, hopefully, see, now everything there is fitting how it should fit. I think maybe that was the problem. So I unflatten, because there is a thing such as attach and flatten. And I think attaching and flattening is different. Dear. So I'm going to flatten everything that is this. I need to select, of course, everything. Despite holding shift doesn't really matter. So I flatten this to print, then cut, and the rest is set to attach. So the background should also be flattened. Unflatten, and I add the background, flatten, and the background that I just want to cut multiple times, I will set to cut. There we go. And attach this as well. Oh dear, I really hope that this works now. Apparently not. When I say 2 copies, it's still on 2. Okay, let's try this and paste it twice underneath and see if when I only attach it and do not flatten it, what happens. Yeah, it already makes here 2. Because the thing is, why don't I flatten everything? Because I feel like then I lose the basic cut things. But either way, let's try this. So I flattened everything that it fits onto one page, and then it's a test. We will see what happens. So I'm going not to print this not on the actual sticker paper, but I will print this in regular A4 paper, just paper, and then put it into the Cricut and see what the actual cuts are going to be, and then we're going to troubleshoot. Oh dear. Okay, so it's connecting to the machine, which it cannot find because I need to plug it in first. Good, I'm back. The machine is on. And let's send this to the printer, and as always, use the system dialog and make sure that the settings are how they should be. So I will help you. I will let you help me. So plain paper, printing quality is fast. We're not using the ink safe mode because that will make things overly flat, and we do not want to print it two-sided. Good. Let's hope when I hit print that yes, I can hear the printer. I can hear the printer. And it's printing. So let me quickly fetch it and then show you how we proceed from here. Okay, so it's looking like it should. So now we need to affix it to the mat that we can actually feed it into this thing, because we cannot cut paper like this where it's just this wobbly mess, because we need to affix it first to the mat. And this is how that looks like. So there are different kinds of mats that come with it, or you have to purchase, of course. So they have different strengths, and I'm using, can you read this here? The light grip mat, then there is the regular grip mat and the strong grip mat. So that is actually the lightest grip mat, and essentially it's a sticky mat. And so this is why this protector foil is still on there. So, and the thing is now I have to make sure, of course, that I place it really as perfectly as I can on top here of the upper left corner, which again is, I mean, it feels a little bit like applying a screen protector to your phone. You don't want any bubbles, you don't want it to rip or anything, you really want to apply it perfectly. And yeah, I need encouragement for that. Okay, so that you can follow along, let's see. Yes, this is in frame. Oh boy. Okay, looks like I was lucky. So this looks like it's actually pretty well. So the machine, of course, because this thing is going back and forth, it needs some headroom, or in this case, back room behind it. So Kirsty says, good reason to have wiggle room on the. That's the thing, yeah. I mean, it's going to measure anyway, or scan first where the tracking marks are. For example, there is this little triangle there on top. If the camera focuses on it, will you? No, it won't. But I think this is how the machine does it. So please connect your Cricut Extra. Power down and not within range. What? Oh, is the Bluetooth offline? Okay, it connected. Let me quickly show you how it looks here. So the next thing it asks me what this is. In this case, it is just laser copy paper, and the pressure should be more default or less. I will go for less, so just that we can see where the cuts are, so that it doesn't really have to cut that hard. So, machine is here. Let me switch over to this, and okay, top left corner. It says now is making sure that your mat is aligned. And apparently it is. Click go. And here we go. I'll show a close up now. So it says scanning. Fascinating. Headroom, you say? Oh, thank you for remembering headroom. Okay, I think now it scanned the registration marks. Hopefully. Yes, now it says cutting. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's cutting the outer frame. It looks like it's all what it's cutting. Yes, that was it. That was it. It's done. Okay, this is not, it says complete. And this is actually why I thought, should I align or combine everything? Because now we lost the ability or the information that the individual stickers should be cut. And now I need to get this off the mat, which is another problem, as you will see. Because this mat is rather sticky, as I think I've mentioned before. So this default copier paper has a tendency to rip, or at least to really curl up, which again can be a little bit annoying when your sticker sheets then are somewhat, you can see there, they're not really flat, they already have this slight bend to them, which is exactly because of the mat here. And yeah, it's, with especially intricate designs, it's very prone to ripple. So yeah, this was a nice cutout for this, but yeah, see that this is what happens. So the trick is, as I've heard, is to actually keep the paper flat and just pull the mat from it, so it's much less bent. Again, another trick that you really have to figure out by yourself. So what went wrong? And again, see, everything here is flattened, and I think that was the problem, or print then cut. Everything was flattened to print then cut. So let's unflatten. So we have two attachs here. And the thing is now is when I say make, it will only print here this one sheet there. But can I say two sheets? And then have one experiment success. Now you know what doesn't work. I'm not quite sure what works or what doesn't work, essentially. So why did it just kick me out of two copies? Prepare one mats. Yeah. Also, you can see here it's slightly. So there is no snapping of 90-degree angles, which is again a little bit. Let's say it's a choice, a design choice, but actually none that I would have made. Move object. Select a matte or material color. No, I'm not. I don't want to move it to a different matte. Oh dear, cancel. I mean, we can just try with one sticker set for now, but again, the point was to have multiple sticker sets being able to be printed. But I mean, if I make this a bit smaller for it to be accepted as 2, but it's not optimal. So let's say, yeah, now it works. Can make it slightly larger. And see this trial and error. It's really it's annoying me. Okay, let's see. Doing another test, and I'm going to send this to the printer. Use system dialog and do all the settings all over again. Preferences. Ink safe mode off. Two-sided none. Print. At least the printer is working. We all know that printers are very fickle. But it's working, I'm knocking on wood, and it even got ink. So here we are with our second attempt. Let's say laser copy paper, and let's apply it again on the mat. Okay, good. It's doing the alignment check. Click go. All right. Fascinating, isn't it? And see, this is why this first attempt took me, I think, 4 hours to get right. Experiment number 2. Yeah, at some point I don't want to have experiments, I just want it to work. So let's see what is happening. It should be done with scanning any minute now. Any second now. Cutting, there we go. Okay, that looks much better, that it's already tracing here the outline. And it even cuts exactly in the same in the spot that I defined. But let's see if it also cuts out the original artwork and not the border. Yeah, that's much better. And it's quite fast. I wouldn't be able to catch up with the good old paper knife. Because this is how I usually did my cutouts, was, yeah, just hunker down with a steady hand and a ruler and hope that I don't mess up. And especially intricate designs, I can do 1 or 2, but usually I need, like, if I want to, for example, if I would have wanted to cut out one of these designs by hand, I would need to print out at least 3 of them and hope that one comes out somewhat as I want it to be. So now it's going over the second time. How it's actually supposed to be. Like I said, I think 4 or 5 times I said it should run around the border. That's actually looking pretty good. And now it's starting on the second one. So I think I can say cancel and unload the mat because I think it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Continue. Oh no, cancel. I don't want to print it again. Oh, it unloaded it even. So let's check. Let's see what happened. So that is good. Yeah, and you see, because this is sticky paper, it tends to rip, but it's not a problem there for us now. Just this part here. Okay, the moment of truth. I will try to unstick now one of our designs. And look at this. It comes off how it's supposed to be. And it stays within the white border, which is good. And overall looks kind of good. I think we're happy. I think we're happy, and I think we can move on to the actual sticker painter, and then I will call it a night because I'm already past my bedtime. So we'll just remove it here from the mat. But overall, the cutout is pretty solid, I would say. Exactly how it's supposed to go. Just need to make sure that there aren't any residual things there left on the mat. So let's print this on matte vinyl. And for this, I have this sheet here. And like I said, the transparent vinyl comes with another laminate that you have to put on top of it, which is something that I don't have a steady hand for. Because again, it's like applying some sort of decal to your car. I haven't done this, but I've heard that it's the bigger you want to apply any kind of foil to or something, it's getting messy. Lemonade. I have no idea what you're talking about. Lemonade. Did I mispronounce something? Oh, laminate. That's the thing. I mispronounced something. Yeah. So it's essentially you print onto the transparencies, and then you apply this other plastic sheet on top, which actually makes it water resistant. But of course, you have to be very thorough with it. And also, if there are any bubbles, it looks like crap, and also you cannot correct it. So if you do not place it correctly the first time and really flat and without any, I would say, any fibers or dust particles in it, you have to start over essentially. So it sucks. Good, okay, so this paper, on one side it's rather soft and silky, and on the other it's a little bit more glossy. So the soft side, this is the one that should be printed on, which I will load now into the printer and hope that you can follow me with the camera if I manage to somehow. Sorry for the horrible picture. I just try to have it peek above my screen there. Here we go. So loading this into the printer. And because it's slightly wobbly, I have to be there and load it, make sure that it's being loaded correctly. Okay, so all the settings that we already have. There we are. Please connect the machine. Oh, I haven't printed it. Send to printer. There we go. And now I need to have different print settings because it should look nice, right? So instead of using plain paper, I will go for other photo paper. Yes, I know it can be printed as booklet. The print quality is best. Paper size A4. That looks good. And most importantly, the ink safe mode, even when you can print it with best quality, is on. So the ink safe mode, how it works is that it identifies, oh dear, it needs me now. I was a little bit too quick. I need to change the actual intake where it expects the paper from. So let's do this all over again. So other photo paper, complain. Print quality best, or I think fine, should be fine for now. It's just a test. And there we go. Paper source, that's the MP tray for whatever this stands for. Ink safe mode go. So preparing print, and I will head over and make sure that it's okay. It has a slight bend to it, but I hope it will come out correctly. Yeah, what I meant to say, the ink safe mode is where the printer identifies large solids and then just draws a border. For example, if you have, I don't know, red text on a green rectangle, it will draw the rectangle in green. The border will leave the in-between white or barely green, and then at the border of the red there it will draw the colors again, which again is good if you print out loads and loads of invoices and everyone has their little logo and head on it, and it's really something that I don't care. I don't want to waste my expensive printing ink for someone's logo when all I do is just put it in a folder. So this is why I usually have everything set on ink safe mode. Jerem asks, oh man, we getting a guitar stream one day? Yes, probably, because there are some guitars there. 2 of them are basses. I have a fourth guitar at home, but yeah, that's a Yamaha Pacifica and it has a very, let's say, grungy tone to it. It was the cheapest electric guitar that I could afford when I was in the equivalent of high school. So there I got my first guitar. I remember I went with a bus into the big city to downtown and to a dedicated store to get my first guitar. Played with it for years. It sounded horrible, but at least I mean, I dropped it so many times. At least it wasn't expensive. So the print quality is much better, of course. Let me retract the legs of the tripod again. Sorry for the unstable picture, but it should be over now. Here we go. Look at it. It looks much smoother than, of course, the other print. And the good thing is the paper is thicker, so I have not as hard a time to get it onto the mat. So let's do this. Oh, good. I was a little bit afraid that I fumbled this one. Okay, there we go. Verify print quality. Yes, good. So, and I'm changing now the material setting, and I'm not printing to the laser copy paper, but to the printable sticker paper clear no liner printing. This is something that I've learned from a YouTube tutorial, because there are so many people using the Cricut Machine that there are countless tutorials. And this was apparently for any kind of third-party paper, which I'm using the default settings. So let's load this then. Fingers crossed. So it's on the camera, I can see that the gray of the background looks a little bit red there, but again, it's probably the white balance of the camera. So experiment number 3, I think this is our release candidate so far. Kirsty says, gotta be bad before you get good, like anything. Yeah, that's with pretty much anything, you're right. So the idea is to start with something that is, oh, I need to hit go, of course. To start with something that is not too expensive when you break it, until you get to a point where you're halfway decent, so that you can actually work or that's not the right word, cherish the quality. I think the worst part is when you start out with something and you feel like, I want to start like the pros and get the best thing, whatever, the scuba diving set or whatever, tennis racket. And of course, when you start out, you make lots of mistakes, and especially if you have some expensive gear, chances are that you break things because you don't know what you're doing. So it's better to start with something that's cheap and then just use it up, because you will know at some point when you feel like, yeah, I've grown out of whatever thing it is. If it, like I said, sports utilities or artistic equipment or brushes or tools. I mean, for the longest time, I tried to do cutouts with scissors, and now, for years now, I have this paper scalpel, and of course, it's much better. But if I would have started out in kindergarten with this, yeah, you don't give kindergartners this. Your hand looked quite red on the Cricut Cam 2, right? Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm not that shaky, just a little bit, but yeah, it's the light, because you can see here when I rotate it. I mean, I have hands that aren't that red, right? So, oh, the camera is now in tracking mode again because I presented it my palm. There we go. So from the cutting, I think slightly optimistic, hopefully not prematurely. So I will finish now with my water, because I think we have a good one. And see, this is why I always, at least at this time, I still print on paper, on copier paper, and then have a first go with the cutting machine, because as you've seen, it's a very fidgety to use the software to arrive at some point. So first sticker sheet is almost done. Oh, I didn't change, oh dear. I didn't change the pressure. I think the pressure was normal. I should have set it to not normal, to soft. So let's hope that it didn't cut through the material. Oh dear, we will figure out. There's always something that you do wrong. But still, it's faster than me doing it. Let's see if I can get a close-up. I mean, the blade is so close to the material that it's really hard to see what is actually going on. And yeah, the cool thing is right now here on top, the blade is loaded, but you can also put in, like I said, pretty much any kind of stylus or pen there, or have stronger blades, or I think there's even some wood cutting material or blades there that work with it. I think I've seen similar machines, not from Cricut, but from others that also offer laser engraving, which I think, wow, I don't trust a machine from that is not very expensive, relatively speaking, from China to do some laser things in my office. But it's kind of cool that it is possible. So we should be already done. Yeah, and Kirsty says that's why it's an experiment. Indeed. So let's see. So the worst case is when I want to peel off just the sticker sheets and everything. All the stickers also stay on the mat. This would be bad. Okay, complete, and I can unload it. Good. Okay, here goes nothing. Oh, good. Oh, good. I mean, it's almost cut through, but not quite. So I think we can be happy. So now my mat is a little bit wobbly, so probably should also make sure that it evens out a bit. But hey, I would say I haven't peeled one sticker off yet, but I would say a tentative success. Just want to make sure that the mat stays sticky. So this is why I put on the clear film again. So one other thing is, let's move closer here to the good light, comparatively speaking. So one thing, I'm not sure if you can see this, there is this slight dust from the cutting machine on it, because like I said, the material is a bit silky. It's like there's a little bit of flour on it, baking flour, I mean. So usually this is why, at least with the other stickers, I need to have some sort of brush to get it off. But overall, I mean, this looks nice. I also like the size of it, despite having to scale it down somewhat, that it works with the freaking software. But I think it's time now to test. Which sticker should we test? Almost cut through is fine, says Cursey. Yeah, almost is fine. Also for the other set, I mean, you can see here already where the blade is almost pointing through it. It looks a little bit like it has some bump to it, but again, it didn't cut through, so that's good. The automated unicorn hits F5 to see whether Half-Life 3 got released in the meantime. I can't wait for Half-Life 3 to actually be released and then forget to take out this automated unicorn activity for the next couple of years. So I think, where should I apply the first Pixel Prophecy self-made sticker to? And the thing with stickers is I really don't want to overdo it, because once it's like with some people when they get tattoos. The first one, usually you never stop there. And I already started putting stickers on stuff here. And since now I have a cutting machine and everything is a possible sticker, and every surface is a possible receiver of stickers, I should really try to not overdo it. Did you have the lamination? No, not for these stickers. These stickers are supposed to be water resistant and don't need the laminate on top of it. So this is why I chose them for the test. Okay, my eyes are washing over your desk items, says Jerem. You mean the items that I have here? I can go over them real quickly. So this is the Tube Ultra Gain microphone amplifier, and this is my USB hub. This of course is the Stream Deck, and this is a blank set of playing cards, just in case I feel like designing a card game, which is always something that I have handy and never need. Okay, so I think, I wanted to show you one of the stickers that I have, and it's the mouse pointer here. And it threw me already off twice. I don't know why I put it there. Yeah, and the other sticker that I already have here is on my work drive, is the paintbrush icon. Right, you know what? Let me stick one thing there onto my... There we go, onto the Pixel Prophecy pad, which already has some notes for the upcoming postmortem of the things that I need to do, like render ideas from frame 257. I think that's a good idea, or a good place to stick one of the first stickers. And I think since I'm working on things and time is running out on me, or at least, I mean, I've been working on this postmortem 5 years now. It's one of those. I think I will use now here the runaway bracket for this one. Okay, let's see how easy it is to pull off. And it is surprisingly easy, and of course it is, because yeah, the pressure was a little bit too high, but that makes it easy to get pulled off. And look at this happy chum. I would say that looks exactly like it should. So there is in the little holes, the background doesn't poke through, so the white circles that we placed underneath was good. Jerem says, do you sell the notepads? Yeah, same thing with the notepads. I cannot really sell them, but maybe there is a way where I can say, yeah, supporters will get sometimes a present from me. So yeah, maybe. Cursey says, woo! And or should we stick it onto something that has a darker background, at least for the time being? Because then, I mean, here we still got some coffee. Let me take care of that for science, of course. It's 20 past midnight. I shouldn't have had coffee. Anyway, let's stick it on here. There we go. It's a Pixel Prophecy sticker. I love it. And this also looks like a proper sticker sheet now. So all it needs here is copyright Pixel Prophecy 2026 under law do not copy or something. Looks good on a mug, indeed. Let's view it on the good camera. Indeed, it does. Okay, so this camera, of course, is also set a little bit because if I move it closer, it becomes way too bright because it's picking up both lights. Well, maybe if I shade this light here. No. Anyway, yeah, believe me, it looks good. The most important thing there with the cutting machine is how well the outline looks and how well, okay, you cannot see the outline there, but here you can hopefully see that it, oh no, automated camera. No, I'm here, please shut off tracking. Please shut off tracking. There we go. So to marvel at the quality of the outline of the actual cut. And again, it feels like, yeah, I couldn't have done this myself with a paper knife. So it's good. It's good. I would say success. And with that, I think I will call it a night because, like I said, I'm way past my bedtime and already had way too much coffee. So thank you everyone for sticking with me and for hopefully also enjoying a little bit of Black Jacket, the card game that again will probably end up on the upper tier of my most played games on Steam. And it also was nice to try and experiment and to see how to actually make stickers yourself. And you know what, maybe I will bring them to work and then just give them out to people and have them wonder what this is about and where to stick them. Thank you for the Streamboli. And Geir Botelli has reposted something, so I feel like these two words are somehow connected. Cool, thank you everyone. Let's see, do you want me to rate someone? I mean, Twitch says we got 5 viewers, so is this embarrassing or quaint if I raid someone? Because probably I won't be there for the raid. You know what, let's not raid anyone, because usually I try to stick around for a couple of minutes and interact a little bit and enjoy the shout outs that I get, but I think I'm done for the day. Right, again, thank you everyone, it was fun, it was a pleasure, and thank you for sharing my mild annoyances with closed source software. As always, it's your pal Pixel Prophecy signing out. We will see each other next Sunday, so not tomorrow, but in 8 days. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, and why should it not? It's not like we're living in very tumultuous times. Yeah, I will keep you posted on the socials, and until then, take care, my friends, and yeah, may the unicorns bless you on your way. Bye-bye.